Hello, hello, my dear friends, you've reached Elena's bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. She'll help improve your fitness, but there's also so much more. 'Cause here are just a few things that this channel has in store. There's bar and there's Pilates and there's belly dancing too. And many styles of yoga, so I'm sure there's one for you. Then watch her practice piano string from right within her home. She's in such peak condition, she'll outrun the metronome. Elena's bar, Elena's bar. They're the best place on the internet, the very best by far. It's not just the piano, but the ukulele too. The guitar and violin are even more that she can do. She does so many different things, it's hard not to lose track. I nearly didn't mention that she posts on her Substack. Elena's bar, Elena's bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. Yet controversial topics may be brought up for discussion, but try not to provoke her or she'll swear at you in Russian. And sometimes certain topics can make quite a big impression. So remember, you take part at your own risk and your discretion. Elena's bar, Elena's bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. You might even meet Anita if you're quite a loyal fan. She's got a fixed male cat, but she's so desperate for a man. We've really got it all, then you couldn't ask for more. So sit right back and watch Elena shave a 3 or 4. Elena's bar, Elena's bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far.
I need to unmute myself here. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Elena's bar, low impact full body workouts. How is everyone doing today? Yeah, guys, great to see you in the chat. I don't think we will have Luigi today. He texted me. He said that he won't be able to join, but I hope to get a video from him. Maybe he has a video, and I'm not sure where I left my phone. Sorry, guys. I've been very distracted. I've been having some ear problem lately. It started a few days ago, and maybe water got into my ear, and it kind of like strikes sometimes and totally distracts me from everything I'm doing. But anyway, we are here, and today we have our R&B and hip hop challenge. Honestly, I was struggling with this challenge. I didn't know what to play because this is not the typical genre that I usually play. So I'm going to tell you the name of the song. I don't think anybody guessed. I can't even tell if anybody guessed that song or not. I didn't check on my comments, but we will look into it, guys. Angus, do you want to call in? I did share the link with you. Yeah, just pull up here, guys. If you want to call in, call in. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to show your videos today, and I'm going to show your channels. There are probably only 2 people who participated in this challenge, including myself. Some challenges are like that, so we don't always get a lot of people participating. But I will see what I can do. Okay, cool. I'm waiting for you here, Angus. Okay. Yeah, it's so weird, guys, with these allergies. I don't know. I just can't stand outside. Even if I spend a few minutes outside, everything is plugged in here. I'm trying even not to use a lot of cosmetics because my eyes just become very watery. Everything is itching. And this ear, like, it feels like there is liquid in there, like I can try to shake it out, but it doesn't come out. It just feels so awkward. And it's like, boom, occasionally, boom. Strikes in there. I hope it's nothing serious, but it's the first year that I'm having these kind of symptoms, which is so weird. It must mean that the allergies are really, really bad outside. Okay, I see Angus is here. Hold on. Let me bring you up here.
Aha!
Hi, how are you doing, Angus? Great to see you.
Hello, Elena. Yes, you too. Yes, I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
Good. Well, I mean, as good as it goes with these crazy allergies. I'm tired, guys. You know what? You go outside and there is like a bunch of pollen floating at you. Oh, it's just so crazy. Do you have bad
Yeah.
allergies in the UK, Angus?
I think some people do. I
Some people,
I
yeah.
don't really.
Yeah, you're not really. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're lucky. My husband usually doesn't, but this year even he was struggling, which tells us that yeah, the level of pollen is just
Mm,
exceedingly
I
high,
know.
and yeah, it's just I feel like a slug. You know, whatever I've been doing this past week, I was late. I was kind of sore, and it's kind of hard to breathe with this also, and yeah, I just want this season to be over. But anyway, shall we get into
Mm.
our music here?
Yes. Oh, by the way, I think I do believe Dino's not coming today. He told me.
Ah, okay, 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 okay.
Yeah, it's another work day, I believe.
Oh, Bama, we miss Dino, we miss Luigi and Richard. They used to be here,
Yeah, we do.
and Sergey also. Well, maybe they will rewatch it later. Yeah, we miss you guys. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, but it's okay. We will run a short one today. I think we will be done in like 40 minutes. Then we'll decide the challenge for everyone else. See, guys, you are missing out on helping us to decide. It will be me and Angus who will decide the challenge then
Of course.
for next month. Okay, Angus, let's check your song. Okay, I'm going to
Okay.
pull up your YouTube channel here. Hold on. I'm using the second screen because the first screen started glitching. Okay, where is
Mm.
Angus? Here you go. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Here is his YouTube channel, guys, if you're new here. You can also find the list of YouTube channels, the guys who are usually participating in the challenges in the description box as well. But this is his YouTube channel. Okay, let's look into it. So there are a lot of videos here. There are a lot of shorts. He's been very busy lately posting shorts.
Yeah, just a
Beautiful.
few.
Yeah. Well, there are. Like you can scroll down and see all of them. And then also a lot of videos. Yeah, the music videos. I'm just scrolling down to show people what you have there. Yeah, that's a lot of piano videos. Yeah,
Yes, it is.
cool. And okay, I think this is the recent one, this one, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Okay, well, guys, just a heads up. I'm doing it through StreamYard, and then, like Luigi was saying, that the sound may not match what Angus is doing there. So you can go follow Angus on his YouTube channel. Okay, I hope that the sound turns out okay for everyone. It's just,
Yeah.
a small thing that we have to be mindful of. Okay, let's do it. Bravo! Wow! Wow! That was amazing, Angus. Amazing.
Thank you very much. I think I did a performance of, well, not a performance, but I've been experimenting with that one about a week or so ago, and yeah, and I think then that I had more energy to it than I did on that occasion.
I see. I see. Yeah. So you've performed it a few times before recording it, right?
Something like that, yes.
Wow, wow, that was so great. I already listened to it before when you told me that you posted it. It's beautiful. I agree, Mark. Yeah, very beautiful. Zeus in the soul. Yeah, right. Yeah, and it's so like when you started playing it, I immediately knew that song. So I may not be
Yeah.
familiar with the names of the songs and the artists, but once I start hearing it, oh, I know this song. I've heard it before. This is how I feel about R&B and hip hop. Yeah, and we've talked about it last time during the
It's a
challenge.
very well-known song by Coldplay.
Yeah. There
Very
were a
well
couple
known.
more. I was thinking of recording the science or scientist
Scientist.
scientist by Coldplay, but then I was like, oh no, there is no way I'm going to be able to play it. It's too long. And I was surprised how you memorized the whole song.
Yeah.
It's a long song.
hmm. Oh, I don't know. I guess it's just.
You just
I guess I've just had it
played it so
programmed
many
in the
times.
brain for. I
Wow.
remember it. I remember hearing it in pubs,
Mm.
locally to me back in 2005 when it came
I
out.
know. Yeah,
So
that's when I
yeah,
also remember it. It was in the 2000s, like early 2000s. And also the
yeah.
song that I'm going to play for you guys, I think it's somewhere from that region as well in terms of time. I used to be able to play those songs before, I think. And then I also knew the lyrics to these songs, but now I don't remember anything. Like I've forgotten. I completely changed from that kind of genre. So it was an interesting challenge. I was struggling with choosing the song because I was like, okay, what else? The R&B and hip hop songs specifically. Okay, let's look into my challenge contribution, guys, and we'll see, okay, how it turns out. I hope you recognize it. If not, okay, I'm not going to say the name yet. Angus, we'll see if you recognize it, okay? And I
No
didn't
problem.
record it's only a fragment of the song, guys. There was no way I was going to memorize that full song. It's very long and it's very repetitive. I played what I could remember, okay? Let's see.
Okay.
Okay, here is my YouTube channel, guys. You've all been there. You know what's up there. Okay. Let me just. Okay, here is us right now. Oi. Okay, hold on here. I thought it was. Yeah, it's a longer than 3 minutes. Okay, look. This video. Okay. Yes. Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back. Welcome to our R&B and hip hop challenge. Guys, honestly, I was struggling with this challenge because I didn't know until now what song I'm going to play for you. I'm not going to tell you the name of the song. I want you to guess, okay? For this challenge, if you want to participate, remember to DM your video to me on Instagram at elenasbarre, and I'll show it to our beautiful music community tomorrow during our R&B and hip hop challenge at 12:30 p.m. Pacific here on my YouTube channel. Let's give it a try. Let me know if you recognize the song. Okay, do you recognize it, Angus?
Yeah, I think so, but I don't know what it's called.
But you've heard it, right? Did I play close to the original? I had to transcribe this song. The original was, I'm not even sure what key it was. It has 7 sharp signs.
Oh, that would be F sharp major.
F sharp major. Okay.
No, hold on.
Uh,
No, that's not right. That's 6
maybe
actually.
B. No.
Did you say 7 sharp?
A sharp major. Maybe. I think
Yeah,
A sharp
that's
major.
what I
Okay.
meant.
I was thinking about this. Okay, I need
Yeah.
to ask Angus because it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I used to be able to calculate them fast and automatically back in school based on how many signs. But yeah, the
Yeah.
original was really hard to play unless you like really get used to playing on the black keys, which I'm not a fan of, and you know that. So I transcribed it
Yeah.
into B minor. Yeah, B minor and D major, B minor, they are together, right? So yeah, I had to change it up,
Mhm.
guys. So Angus, but you've heard the song, right?
Well,
Kind of.
I don't know. It just sounds familiar, but I don't know. I don't
Well,
really
what if
know.
I told you? Okay, let's see. Uh okay, Mark, looks like you play also. Do you play the instruments? 7 sharps is C sharp major. C sharp? C sharp major.
Yes,
C
that's
sharp.
correct
That's
actually. A sharp
yeah. Oh,
minor,
okay.
C
I was
sharp
wrong. I was wrong.
major.
I thought that
Yeah.
it's like back when I was looking. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, guys, if you happen to
Yeah.
play any musical instruments, please join us for these challenges. We have a lot of fun here. And next time, I promise we will do something easy. Angus, let's not do R&B. It's too difficult for me. I don't. My brain is like really struggling playing R&B and hip hop. And the separate chords. Do you remember? I was trying sometime last year, maybe, or a few years ago, the separate R&B chords. They are actually quite challenging. So, okay, Mark here says, I used to play, haven't played in years. Well, join us. It's time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's time to restart your journey. If you still have the instrument, please join us. And all instruments are welcomed, guys. I usually play the piano because it's easier for me. It takes less time for me to record some songs on the piano. Unless we are doing some surprise challenge like we did last month when
Oh
I,
yes.
I played the what is it? Mini flute. Yeah.
Piccolo? No.
It was a flute, a variation of flute, but it's not the actual flute. The one that I played last month. I
Mm.
tried. I mean, it wasn't really playing. It was just like trying to squeeze some noise out of it. That was funny. Yeah, it was surprise instrument challenge. We don't do it very often, so we usually stick to your main instrument or whichever instrument you want to perform with, and then yeah, just DM your video to me on Instagram, guys. Preferably before the deadline. But if you have something to submit now, we can look into your channel and then we can show something. So yeah, it's always fun when more people are participating, and we usually have more people. So yeah, it's just this time of the year, it's kind of quiet and yeah. Okay, what is Mark saying here? Is the instrument nearby? I might be able to identify it. It's downstairs. It's downstairs. I did record a short video. Okay, you can check it on my channel. I'm not going to show it, but I'll point out to my channel so that you can check it later. I'll just show you the video to watch. Or maybe you will be able to tell us right away what instrument it is. Yes, I'm not going to play it for you guys. It's just so that we can tell what instrument it was. Just 1 second. I think it was the flute. I bought it from the flute store that makes more affordable flutes. I didn't want to spend hundreds of dollars on that thing because I wasn't even sure if I was going to play it. Okay, but it had to be something. Guys told me that it had to be something that I've never played before, so I couldn't do violin, I couldn't do guitar, I couldn't even do the handpan. It had to be something new that I haven't played before. Okay, I think that one was in my shorts. Yeah, let me find it and I'll show it to you. Okay, I post a lot of shorts. My goodness. Maybe it's not in the shorts. Wow, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, I found it. Why is it scrolling down? Oh, I hate it when it's in shorts and it's scrolling like that down. Let me just find it here, guys. I'm so sorry. 1 second. Give me a second. Okay. Uh-huh. It's in shorts, but I can't access it because it scrolls down all of the other shorts that are out there. I hate it when it happens. Can you see it, Angus, or not yet?
No, I can't see it.
Okay. I didn't, but it's okay. Hold on. I'll share it with you just in a moment. I just need to find the right video. My goodness, it takes a while. Come on. Yeah, I think it was a flute. But anyway, you get the idea. We do these challenges every month at the end of each month. And then we get to practice our instruments. I found it, guys. I found it.
Brilliant.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, 1 second. It lost it again. Guys, I'm so sorry. What's up with it? Okay, I have to scroll down. I'm sorry. It's not cooperating. It doesn't remember the... Now you have to go through all of my shorts to find that video. Okay.
You've got a lot of shorts, Elena.
I do, I know, right? Okay, so here I have to play it a little bit so that we can, because I don't show it. Hello. Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back. I'm trying to
Hello,
scroll
my
it
dear
forward,
friends.
but we have to
Welcome
go.
back. Welcome to our challenge today. Well, guess what, guys? I have this surprise
So,
instrument.
you see this one?
Yes, I see it.
I think it's a flute. But let's see what Mark says. Yeah, I think it's a flute. Yeah, that's the video that you can watch. I was trying to make some sounds on it last time. So yeah. So sometimes, rarely, we do these ones, but they are so not usual. We try to stick to the genres that most people can play, and most people only have one instrument at home. So yeah. Let us know, Mark. I think it's a flute. I don't know if he's still there. Are you still there? Yeah, guys, please join us. We do have a lot of fun. Sometimes it's just quiet like that. It's only 2 people, but it's better than 0, right? Yeah. Okay, Angus, let's plan the next challenge. Okay, I'm going to remove.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are so many genres now, aren't there?
Yeah, I know. Well, we haven't done Latin rhythm in a while, like salsa, cha-cha, rumba.
Drums. Oh, bloody hell, yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done. Sometimes we repeat those challenges, those genres, if you haven't done them in a while. Oh, Mark is looking for the instrument. Okay, the instrument name. Yeah, I think it's a flute. It's just a simplified version of a flute. Yeah, but I could be wrong. Lorena is here. Great to see you, Lorena. How are you doing? Yeah, great
Who's
to
that?
have you here. Lorena, she is one of my fitness students. She's attending the cross-training fitness program.
Ah, right, I see.
Yeah. She's attending my fitness classes. Yeah. She's trying to be consistent, so great job there. Yeah. It's been crazy. Yeah, crazy weeks, I know, right? Especially with allergies. I told guys that I've been having some ear, like I can hear the fluid in my ear and it's moving and it's like striking a little bit, Lorena. So yeah, I haven't been wearing any makeup for the past few days because it's just everything is itching and watery and yeah, the allergies are so bad. I went outside for a few days. I was doing some things outside and the pollen is just everywhere, it's like floating around. Yeah, so annoying. Okay. Oh, okay. Mark says yes, you are correct. Simplified plastic flute. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, allergies have been insane there. Yeah, also in your state. Cool. Well, Angus, what do you think, guys? What do you think about the upcoming challenge? What kind of challenge would you like us to do? Lorena and Mark. Maybe we should ask people what they want the challenge, and then we can okay do it. What challenge?
Yeah, I don't really know.
It's hard choice. So many. I would be comfortable with classical. I think more people can participate with classical. But
Well,
salsa,
so would I be, but obviously not everybody can play that, can they?
well, classical, yeah, classic. Not. You mean in terms of instruments? Yeah, like Luigi, he probably would struggle with some classical. I'm sure he would.
Mind you,
I'm
though, he
sure he
plays
would
the
find
piano,
some.
doesn't he?
He does play the piano, yeah, which we found out thanks to that surprise
Yeah,
challenge. Guys, go watch it. It was fun.
that's right. I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, he did play some piano for us.
Hmm.
So Lorena is asking. We already played those songs. You came, you came too late. You'll have to rewind and rewatch the beginning. We played them at the beginning. Now we are just chatting. Yeah. Angus played Coldplay that you can check on his YouTube channel, and I played. I didn't tell you the name of the song, did I? Oh my gosh, maybe Lorena can recognize it. Lorena, did you?
No, you didn't. What was it?
Okay, Lorena, do you recognize the song that I've played? Did you watch it? She probably hasn't watched it yet. Anyway, I'm going to say it and then you can watch it later, okay? I don't want to replay it again. I played Rihanna.
Right.
Do you recognize the name of the song?
No, I'm afraid
No,
not.
it's called Umbrella. Umbrella.
Right, okay. And it was by the singer Rihanna.
Rihanna, yeah. Well, I tried. I don't
Okay.
know if it matches. I had to change it a little bit, guys. The original was way too challenging, and I've heard it, and then I just transcribed it into a different key so that I could actually record something for today. Yeah. Okay. Mark says here there is a rock song that I really like. Oh, okay. We haven't done rock in a while either.
No, that's true. We haven't actually.
We haven't done rock. Yeah. Cool. Oh yes, Mark says now he recognizes this one. See, I told you, you would recognize it. Yeah, unless I changed it up so much that it was unrecognizable. Yeah. Okay, let's do rock then. It sounds good.
Yeah.
Angus, do you have? Okay. Oh, here is my phone. Okay, let's see. Did I get any messages from Luigi? Maybe he has a video for us. Sometimes, guys, when you can't make it to the live stream, but you text me a video, I will still showcase your video. I will still show your channel, and it's okay if you don't show up. So, yeah, don't feel pressure there. You can just submit the video, and then we'll still show it. Okay, we'll still watch it. Cool. Okay, Lorena says, yes, I heard the song before. I recognize it. Ah, see? Aye. Okay, guys, let's plan rock challenge for June, the end of June. Okay, we either have June 21st or June 28th. Which one would you go for?
I suppose the 28th.
The 28th to give us more time?
Yeah, exactly.
Because we also have the upcoming 4th of July, but it's not. I think it should be okay for June rock.
Yeah, rock it will be.
Yeah, because then everyone could play something. So is that song that you can play, Mark, a rock song? Oh, yes, he says that. Yeah, there is a song that he really likes. Okay, maybe you could play it for us then. Okay, we are doing it just for you, Mark.
That would be great.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, just DM your video to me on Instagram at elenasbarre, preferably before the deadline, so that I can line them up and prepare for the challenge before the live stream, and then I'll just showcase it, and then we'll have fun, and then you can call in. Okay, you don't have to have your camera on if you don't feel comfortable, but I just want to make sure that you are a real person, you know. So yeah,
Yeah,
by
not
the
a
sounds of,
robot.
yeah, by the sounds of it, yeah, he appears to be real. It's like you never know. Do you remember there was a guy who called in long time ago, and he just started turning on the music on the background, and I'm like, oh my gosh! And I made that link available for everyone, and then he just randomly called in. Yeah, and then
Oh
he
yeah,
was
I vaguely remember
playing.
that.
It was really cool to chat with him, but the main requirement here for these challenges is, guys, that you play the instrument. Okay, we don't want you to turn the music on for us so that we could listen it. Yeah, you have to play. You have to perform.
Yeah, I think I do remember now you mentioned.
Yeah. It was a fun guy. I mean, it was fun chatting with him, but yeah, it's not something that yeah. Uh, it was just
Oh,
funny. It felt a little awkward, but yeah. Well, anyway, okay. Between you and Angus, what are your favorite genre music to listen? Lorena is asking. Oh, to listen and play.
well, mine's classical, as no doubt you know, Elena.
Yeah, I know. Mine is too. Honestly, I'm mostly playing classical, guys. I used to be able to play some pop songs long time ago, but like I've kind of transitioned to the classical, and I always was trained like more classical. Even if I played some of those pop songs, I would play them by ear most of the time, you know. That
Yeah,
would be an
I was
interesting
classically
challenge.
trained too.
You know what, Angus, that would be cool. Like if we could do a live stream, we'll see if we can actually pull it off. Because last time we tried to do a live stream with you on StreamYard, I don't think StreamYard is the best for co-streaming with musical instruments, because we had to change those settings all the time. Do you remember, to avoid the echo when somebody
Yeah, I
else
think
is
so.
playing? Like there was
Was
some.
this the one where you wanted to know about how I practice challenging pieces?
Yes, that was the one. Yeah,
Yeah,
guys, if
I
you
do
want, you can
remember.
go watch it. It's on my channel, and I think it's also on Angus's YouTube channel too. And yeah, that was a lot of fun, but we had to go through the hoops to kind of make it work, and it was annoying because one of us would forget occasionally to change the settings on the stream. Yeah, that would mess up the sound and everything. But what would be cool is if let's say we listen to a song, or like a different songs, first listen and then try to play it on the piano, like based on what you've heard. And it could be a not super challenging song, obviously. It could be some pop song that people request, for example, and if you're not familiar, we could play it for you, but then you would have to play that song. You could transcribe it into a different key that's comfortable for you, but like the actual melody, and you could try to like do an improvisation based on that song. I think that would be challenging, you know, but it would be fun. And if you are allowed to mess up, obviously, you know, like we are not expecting perfection here. We are not professional musicians here, guys. Okay. So yeah, okay.
No, definitely not.
I know, right? Okay, Mark here says, "Well, I haven't played in years, and I do not have a piano at this time, but I love the idea." Oh, cool! See, well, you could get the keyboard. You know, you could get like a smaller keyboard and play on the keyboard. Yeah, it's just so fun to go back to music. I used to play it back in my childhood, and then when I was in Europe, I didn't actually have the instrument, not for all the time that I was there. So I couldn't stay very consistent with it. Whenever I saw an instrument in a public place, I would play, and surprisingly, I would remember some things. But then, yeah, I had like a 10-year break when I didn't play any instrument. And then when I finally settled down and we were able to get me, I first started playing on Casio keyboard, and then upgraded to the Baby Grand. And yeah, now I try to stay somewhat consistent. Angus, how often do you practice?
Pretty much every day.
Every day. Wow, that's awesome. I don't do that. Yeah, I don't do that. Oh, Lorena says here, I love classics myself. Different style piano music, guitar, acoustic. I said before, ragtime. Oh, I love ragtime too. I love ragtime. I love Scott Joplin. Yeah, it's been a while since we've played ragtime. Wow,
It has been. Yes, I agree. That should be another challenge, I think. Maybe in July.
Lorena, thank you. Yeah, well, next month we already decided we are doing rock. Then we can do July. In the end of July, we can do ragtime. I need to get back to recording the ragtimes, guys. They are so fun. Yeah, I love ragtimes. Yeah, I just love the sound and the rhythm of it. Yeah, same here. Yeah, that would be fun challenge. Play random song and see if you can play it. Yeah, exactly. Well, but that one would require all of us, or like some of us, to co-stream and to go online on StreamYard or any other platform. I don't even know which platform would support that, where you could hear it well and then like figure out the sound settings and everything, so that it doesn't take too much time during the live stream to adjust the settings and all of that. So yeah, it's just an idea, you know. It would be fun to do. I agree. Yeah.
Does Lorena play any instruments?
Lorena, do you play any instruments? I don't think so, but yeah, just to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know, please. No, I tried, lol. Oh, okay. What did you try? I'm just curious. Did you try piano? Oh, Mark says, I'll research streaming platforms for you and see if I can find one that will work for you. Yes, please do, because we are using StreamYard. We are already paying for StreamYard. And yeah, I don't know, like the other ones that are like more advanced and more professional, they could be more expensive too. So yeah, I don't want to do it just for like one challenge, if you know what I mean. If we could do it on StreamYard, because we already have it, like I would prefer it on StreamYard. But I know that the sound could be an issue there. So yeah, but please check the alternatives for us and see what options are out there, and also how much they are. Yeah. Okay, Lorena says here, piano and acoustic years ago. Ah, okay, nice. So acoustic, you mean like guitar, acoustic guitar, I suspect. Oh, acoustic piano. Because I have the acoustic guitar. I don't think I'm going to get the electric guitar. You have to gear it up with so much extra stuff, and you know how good I am with technology. I can't even figure out software, guys. The software that we are using, I often kick myself out from my own live streams. Oh, yes, acoustic guitar, she says. Yes, yeah. Yeah, even when we do these collaborations with Angus, we actually did quite a few collaborations with Angus. You can check them. We did a few for Christmas. We are planning to do more, right, Angus? I found Boogie
Sure.
Woogie for us to work on. I think
Oh
Boogie Woogie
dear.
would be fun. Yeah, well, we could do another challenge for Boogie Woogie at some point, and it's fun to do collaboration. It takes some time and it requires some editing, but they are always so much fun. And then we record them like the old-fashioned way because I don't know how to connect anything to my piano in terms of technology. So I put Angus on my iPad and I try to listen to what he plays, and then I try to play along with it. This is how I do it, guys, with all of those. So the sound may not be like 100% matching because we are in different countries playing different instruments. I mean, it's not the same instrument. And yeah, I'm doing my best there, but it's also not super tech savvy. Okay. Okay, so here Mark says, it was 20 years ago when I used to play piano. I would feel more comfortable singing. Oh, you know what? Maybe. Oh my gosh. Maybe
Oh
you can.
no.
Angus, you used to work on your singing. No?
No, not happening.
Not happening anytime soon. Yeah, I know. Dino
No.
promised us a Christmas song, or was it a Halloween song? Victor's song, I think it was Victor's song that he sang for the Halloween challenge, and he has actually a pretty good voice there. Do you remember he sang a song for us?
Yeah, I think so, but don't get me to sing, Elena.
No
Sorry,
way,
not happening.
Well, Angus, how about you play and sing for us something, huh?
Oh, bloody hell. To think, actually, Alina, back in 2002, I was wanting to be the next, to be like Elton John.
Ah, you would play and
Oh,
sing.
that's many years ago, and I was young and stupid back then.
Yeah, I know. And
Now I'm
still
middle-aged
young
and
and
more
stupid.
mature.
That was so funny. Okay.
Um,
Oh, Lorena is asking, what are your favorite movies you like playing music from? That's a good idea too. Movie song challenge. We did it recently, I think.
Yes, I think we did.
On challenge like a few
Um,
months ago. I would love to do it again, guys. The movie song challenge. It's always fun, and you can always find a song from the movie that you like. For example, as time goes by, from movie Casablanca, also somewhere in my memory, composed by John Williams.
yeah, oh. Yeah, sorry, what was the question? Let's have a look.
Okay, so here, question for both of you. What are some of your favorite movies you like playing music from?
Oh, the first one that springs to mind is Titanic, but I mean, I don't know. It can be a mix of this, that, and everything, really. I did do Jurassic Park, Jaws, because it was the
Oh,
50th anniversary back in December, just gone, since the original film got released here in this country in 1975.
wow.
Yeah, so it's a bit of everything in my case, I suppose. I don't
Yeah.
really think I have a favorite.
Oh, favorite. Yeah, there are so many good movies out there. And I did record a few songs from those movies. I like the Band of Brothers. I recorded separately that beautiful
And
song. I really like that song.
And I think you did James Bond.
I did James Bond. Yeah, I don't remember if I recorded it separately or not, but I did play it during some of my live streams for
Yeah, you did. I'm pretty sure of that.
music live streams. Yeah, and then Titanic also. What else? Yeah, there are a lot. Like even from the black and white TV times, like Scott Joplin type of music could also work for some of those old movies. I like Soviet comedies, and there is some very beautiful music in those old Russian movies. You know.
Talking about movies, actually, Elena, I did do some piano arrangements of a group of themes from the movies Notting Hill and Deep Blue Sea, and I did these back in the year 2003. I remember that. Yeah, and Titanic as well. That was in 2002.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I'm sure that if we do the movie song challenge, a lot of people can participate in it because everyone has some kind of favorite movie that they like to watch and they like to play, you know, the song, I mean. Yay, okay.
Yeah.
I loved watching Nu Pogodi. Yes, I told you. Nu Pogodi, this is the Russian version of Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry. Yeah. It's a rabbit and wolf. I used to have a t-shirt from them. I'm going to, okay, guys, from after this live stream, I'm going to take a picture of myself wearing the t-shirt and I'll post it on my social media. Thanks for reminding that Nu Pogodi is really funny. You like it, right? Okay, look who is here. Doug and PA, great to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Yeah. Great to have you here. Say hi to Pearl. Tell her to join us for one of these challenges. It would be great to have you on. And she could play piano or guitar, any musical instrument. I mean, if she wants to. No pressure there. Yeah. We do these challenges once a month. So next month we decided we will do the rock challenge. And it doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know, so we're just having fun here. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be the entire song. Yeah, but great to have you guys. Okay, look here. I like the old 30s, 40s, and 50s era movies, TV shows that had music like big band era, bebop, and chrono sounds. Yeah. Those are always really cool.
I'm not familiar with those, I don't think. Although big bands.
The big band, yeah, the big bands era, yeah.
Actually, I don't know if you ever knew about it or ever saw it, but around 24 years ago, there used to be a series called Pop Idol, and they did have a week that used to feature big band. I remember that in 2003 at least.
Yeah, the big band, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember yeah, they definitely did it. Yeah, I can remember that now. And I think X Factor as well, when that became that in 2004, they might have had that as well. Yeah, think so, but I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, here.
Yeah.
Doug MP is asking, what's the call in for? It's for the music challenge. And every month, okay, so that you get the idea. So every month we pick a genre. Today it's hip hop and R&B. Last month it was a surprise instrument. We don't do surprise instrument very often. It's just to see what other instruments people in this group are playing and practicing, or like used to play long time ago. And if they have that extra instrument, they could show to us how they play it. and then you could play and sing at the same time, depending on the genre. It's up to you if you want to sing. I know that Luigi, we have a guitarist here, he plays really well the guitar and he loves singing. He has the voice, so he often posts videos with singing. And so this month we have the R&B and hip hop. Next month we will have the rock challenge, and then I share the link with you guys here. So Doug and P, if you want to call in, okay, hold on, let me share the link another time. Here, 1 second. Okay, how do I do that? Okay, copy and paste here. Here is the link. So I share it to you. Oops, sorry guys, I dropped my. Here you go. So I share the link with you guys, and then you can just call in, okay? And then we can go on your channel. Like if you post it on your channel, then we go visit your channel, and then I just show the song or the video that you posted on your channel here, and then we talk about it. That's kind of the idea. And look, we are not professionals here. We just love to hang out. Yeah. Yeah, we're squeezing the music. Yeah, I know, right? we are doing so many things, but it's fun. You know, it's fun to connect with people. And a lot of people are very talented, and they play different instruments really well, you know. Or even if music is just a hobby for them, it's just a great way to connect. So yeah, come join us if you'd like it. We would love to have you on. Yeah. And if you yourself play any musical instrument, join us too, okay? So yeah. Lorena says here, great pianists in those decades. Check out few pianists if you never heard of. Names are Art Tatum. Oh my. Okay, let's see. Art Tatum.
Oh, I know of the last two.
The last two.
Vladimir Horowitz.
Oh, I know.
Sergei
I know
Rachmaninoff.
him too. Yeah, the Russian
Yeah.
guy. Okay, well, maybe not Russian, but
Yeah, I
definitely.
think Rachmaninoff used to know Vladimir Horowitz, or maybe it was another pianist. I can't really remember. I just remember I think Vladimir played Rachmaninoff's Piano Concerto No. 2, and Sergei was amazed, I think.
Vladimir.
Yeah.
I know Rachmaninoff because I play some of his pieces. I usually practice his canon in is it in B minor or E minor? I don't remember. And then I play Russian American pianist. Wow, he's really old. Okay, well, he died. Yeah, he died in 1989 on November 5th.
Yes.
He was born in Kiev in Ukraine.
Was it in about 1904?
1903, yeah.
1903,
yeah. Close enough, yeah.
Yeah, that would have, Sergei Rachmaninoff, maybe it might not have been him. It might have been Arthur Rubinstein. Oh, I can't remember. Yeah.
Okay, here, Vladimir Horowitz and Sergei Rachmaninoff shared one of the most legendary mentor-protege and peer relationship in piano history. So, yeah. Their
So they
bond
did know
was,
each other.
they knew each other, yeah. Their bond was cemented in 1928 at Steinway Hall in New York, where Horowitz played Rachmaninoff's fiendishly difficult piano concerto No. 3. Yeah, you were right, Angus. You were right.
Yeah.
With the composer himself playing the orchestral reduction on a second piano.
Yeah. Yes, I know that piano concerto. There's
I don't know if you can see it, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Barely
Yeah, I can
see it.
see
Yeah.
that. Yeah, there's a video on YouTube which I sometimes enjoy listening to by Anna Fedorova. She is a Ukrainian concert pianist, and she played Rachmaninoff's Third Piano Concerto. I remember sometimes on a Sunday afternoon, after having had a Sunday lunch, I would listen to it while having a nap. But when it came to the third movement, I mean, I would be listening to it with my eyes closed. But when it came to the third movement, because it was so exciting and dramatic, I just had to look at the video. I was, and the last few minutes of it absolutely blow my mind. It's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah,
That sounds about what I
old
know.
school, the
Yeah.
old school pianist. It's interesting. Lorena brought them up. Yeah, right now it's become so. I don't know. I don't want to trash modern musicians because there are a lot of good musicians out there, but it kind of became super performative. They and then they do some silly stuff. Like there is a great pianist. He's a professional pianist, and then he does some like silly videos, that kind of downgrade the piano, and it's something that people probably want to see, and he kind of appeases his audience by doing like over the top, and then like performing like over the top, like shaking your head like crazy, like all of those things, dressing very provocatively, like semi-naked clothes, especially applies to women. And I just look at all of this. Look, they can have the great technique, they can be really good at what they do, but like how they present it is just, it doesn't appeal to me. It's like over the top, very cartoon, very kind of like downgrading, what they are doing. Yeah. Yeah, Lorena says they spent many hours playing through Rachmaninoff's works together, or two pianos in Rachmaninoff's New York apartment and in the basement of Steinway Hall. Wow. Yeah. Interesting. Well, okay, guys, it was interesting to catch up with you today. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Thank you for your comments. Join us for these challenges. They are fun. Okay, we would love to see more people participating in these challenges. And look, guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. If you mess up, it's okay, so don't stress out about it very much. We are understanding it's pretty difficult to record yourself playing these instruments. I need to get back to re-recording maybe some of the songs that didn't turn out great last time when I was trying to record them. And it takes a while, so thank you for your patience. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for your kind support, and thank you for participating in these challenges. Okay. Okay, so
Thank
here
you.
Mark says, in my experience, the greatest composers and musicians are moved and inspired by emotion, whereas performative musicians are not inspired in the same way. Yeah, and this is what I was taught also back in the music school. I was taught by some old school musicians where they were teaching us how to show the emotionality of the song, and when I used to perform, like I used to do a better job. Then now I'm just kind of like technically playing it. As long as I can technically play it, I don't bother a lot, unless I'm trying to record it separately and then like show some emotion there. But there is a big difference between like performative art and then what actually makes great musicians. And I think that the musicians that Lorena mentioned here are very high quality, very how would I put it? Like they are like they know what they are doing. They've experienced it. They are not just doing it for clicks and likes. They do it because they enjoy it. And yeah, they're just trying to express it. And there were different ways how you were, some of the emotions when you were playing like Mozart or even Beethoven or other, you
Yeah.
had to learn their technique as musicians. I don't think that modern school, maybe it's teaching the people on the professional level, the ones who are attending like a conservatory, then they have to learn it, maybe. But based on what I see on social media, how many people are performing there, I just don't see how people spend the time to like learn the technique that Mozart was playing, like the touch of the piano. And honestly, I don't even bother with this thing anymore, but this is something that they used to teach us back in the music school when I was attending it. Did they teach you that, Angus, as well?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I do remember. I will say, back in the 90s when I was still at school, I do remember. I do remember one of my piano teachers saying that I play with far too much pedal, but
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah,
with Beethoven, you were actually, and my teachers were always telling me you are not supposed to play with the pedal, because during that time when Beethoven was writing that music, there was no pedal, like he couldn't use it, So, like all of the pieces that, if you use the pedal for his music, it has to be very brief and very very little pedal, and it's really hard for me to do because I'm used to play with the
yeah,
pedal like all the time. I like the pedal. I sometimes even overuse it, and now
that's
I
the
kind of
same for
don't.
me.
Yeah, I kind of don't bother with it now, but I know that yeah, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do so many things that we are doing right now. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just funny. Yeah, Mark says here, writing music that moves people is a different skill than writing music that sells well. So true. So true. Yeah. Yeah, I
yeah.
like
It
the
is.
music that moves people because that's like it just feels different, Yeah,
Beethoven also used to say, "To play a wrong note is insignificant, but to play without feeling is inexcusable." I think he said
yeah. Yeah.
that was a favorite quote of his, I believe.
Yeah, and it has to be like, to me, I can tell whether it's fake even when they are trying to fake the feeling, or when they are really like doing it like in an authentic way, whether they are acting on camera to add more feeling to it or not. Because when you are performing, and I used to perform, I used to watch other musicians in real time how they perform. I've seen that, and like especially now, I can see that they are overdoing it. They might be feeling this, but it's like, to do it on camera, they are overdoing it specifically for camera, and it just doesn't, like, it doesn't click with me. It has to be, you can feel something, like you can smile, or you can like express some facial expressions there, you can have some body language, like not stone face or anything. But when you are overdoing it, it's not good. It's not good either. You're just kind of like damaging the it's just too much. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Mark here says, I grew up in the church, and there was a difference when the choir wanted to touch your soul versus just sound good. Yeah, yeah. Well, you get it. Yeah. Yeah. So whenever I see, especially, I love watching professional musicians practicing when they are practicing more, because it helps me to determine kind of like their baseline. And then when you watch them performing, and you see the big difference, whether there is a big gap between how they practice when they usually play the piano at home, when nobody watches them, when they mess up. I love to see that. I love to see how people are messing up, how they are dealing with the challenging passages. Because when I watch the performance, and if it's like over the top Like he's kind of like almost like a monkey, you know, like sitting there and doing all of those things. But when it's just like a little bit, like you go like with the rhythm, you're kind of like enjoying it, and like not too much, you know. There is a line there, and I'm having trouble articulating it, guys. But I think you are getting the point that I'm trying to make here. So, yeah. Yeah, and I've seen a lot of musicians back when I was performing too. Back in the music school, we were traveling, we were watching how other people were performing. It wasn't really a thing like to do it like over exaggerated, overselling it, and overdoing these expressions. I don't think I ever saw anybody doing it back then, you know. And now I see it everywhere on social media, which is kind of. Yeah. Okay. This is why I enjoy listening to your practice mistakes and and especially when I'm swearing, right? Oh my god. I remember Angus once. Oh, Angus, do you remember that video where
I think I know. Go on.
Bloody hell!
Oh,
Bloody hell.
yeah.
Oh, we have Doug and PA here. Great to see you, Doug. How are you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Let's talk about music.
Oh my gosh. What do you have for us, Doug?
So, is there anyone that you wish you would have saw live that you never saw live, and now they're not here anymore?
Oh, like the older musicians?
Yeah, like anyone that's passed on.
I would say Rachmaninoff would be one.
Yeah.
It's an easy
me
answer.
too.
It's easy answer above everybody else. Easy. I was expecting one answer.
Oh,
The right
which one?
answer is Michael Jackson.
Oh, Michael Jackson. Okay.
To me, he's the greatest entertainer of all time.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
I think I wish I would have saw him, but I'm such a fan of his that I probably wouldn't have made it through the concert alive. I probably would have died of a heart attack.
Oh my gosh.
So I grew up really poor, and there are certain musicians, and their music was part of our family growing up. You know, we were so poor that we didn't have TV until I was in like third grade. So we would listen to certain music artists, and that's what we did as a family. And Michael Jackson was one of them. To me, the greatest natural male voice of all time. Do you know who Luther Vandross is?
No, I don't think so. I'll check.
You don't know who Luther Vandross? Come on, you guys.
Luther. Do you know Angus?
No, I'm afraid not.
Yes, he has listened to. Hold on. He died when he was 50 because he kept gaining weight and losing weight and gaining weight, losing weight.
Oh, like back and forth, yeah.
Yeah. To me, he's the greatest voice of all time. I'm obviously biased because I'm American and I'm black, but I would recommend Superstar by Luther Vandross. Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? It's so good. You said you were coming back this way again, babe. Baby. Oh, baby, I love you. So, and then Never Too Much is good. And then Dance with My Father. Right?
Okay. And dance. Okay.
And then, so you have R&B. So to me, the best decade of music was the 90s. I graduated high school in 1999, and I wanted to grow up so bad that I didn't even get to enjoy the 90s while I was there. You know, when you're young, you want to grow up so bad. And then I look back on the 90s now. I mean, the mid 2000s weren't that bad, but to me, the 90s were the last great decade of music.
Yeah.
In America, at least. I don't know about the rest of the world, but in America, the 90s were so like when I see R&B and hip hop, I automatically think of the 90s.
90s, yeah.
It-
I think 2000 because I think to Russia it arrived much later, if any at all. So I might have been cut out from some of the songs. When I hear them, I recognize them, but I'm not very familiar with that
Oh,
genre.
so many bangers. And think about it, we can add a little red pill slant to this. So the 90s was the bifurcation of like American men and women. So like that was when. So well, first off, the beginning and the middle of the 90s were men singing romance songs to the women, and then women singing romance songs to the men. And honestly, a lot of girl groups would sing about taking another girl's man.
Yeah.
But then by the end of the 90s was when women stopped really singing love songs. In fact, what is the last popular, not breakup song, but love song you've heard? Honestly, you hear breakup songs all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm talking love songs. I love my man. I love my husband. I think that men still sing certain love songs, but women don't sing love songs to men at all. What's the last popular love song you've heard?
From a woman?
Yeah.
I don't even remember, to be honest, Doug. I see what you mean by so many simpy songs where men are like venerating and celebrating the woman and they love her, right? And she's like, no, he was evil, he abused me, he did
breakup
all of
songs.
that. Yeah.
Yep. Taylor Swift and Adele, their whole career are just breakup songs.
Yeah.
It's like if one of them leaves a relationship, they're gonna have an album afterwards. You're gonna be, the subject of that album. So I just the 90s were the 70s, 80s, and 90s were literally, because I love songs. I'm a hopeless romantic, but looking at the music now, that time is come and gone. It's come and gone.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. This is why I'm taking some of those songs, the simpiest songs out there, and I transcribe them. I change the lyrics.
Oh yeah, you have to go to the 90s. Because us 90s raised men were the biggest simps ever. We had the music, we had Boys to Men, I'll Make Love to You and all that stuff like that. And then we had the sitcoms. We had Urkel chasing Laura on Family Matters, and then the Sister Twins and all that stuff. And then like the dumb dads on the freaking evening sitcoms.
Yes, that's a big one.
And stuff. Oh yeah. So, and then boys in the 90s, it's either our fathers weren't in the home, they were cucked by their wives, or they worked a lot to avoid having to be around their wives all the time. So most of us got relationship advice and how to get a woman advice from who? Our moms, right?
Oh yeah. And the culture that you grew up with, these songs, they are affecting men's minds. So in a way, it's like indoctrination, but it's not just in the institutions, like in schools, in colleges, right? But it's also the music that you are absorbing.
Yeah, exactly. And the sad part about it is your mom will tell you the way to get a woman is the exact opposite of what your dad did to get your mom.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Mark? Great to see you.
Hey, what's up, my friend?
Hey.
I think you guys know each other, right?
Yeah.
And Mark, awesome. Yeah. Okay, great to have you here.
We've met Elena on Pearl's live stream.
You can't shave your beard without letting us know first, Mark.
I didn't recognize you.
Yeah, because he shaved without letting us know.
You look much younger now, I'll tell you that.
Yes. It's the first time I've shaved in years. I wanted to see what I look like since I've lost some weight recently.
Awesome.
Oh,
Good
nice.
job.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't realize it was the same. Yeah, the same guy. Yeah. Where are you from originally?
I was born here in Portland, but my parents are from Ukraine, right before the Soviet Union fell apart.
I see. I see. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, I've heard. I thought that he might have said something in Russian to me during
Yes.
that live stream. I was like, oh my, this guy must speak Russian.
I speak Ukrainian and a little bit of Russian
Oh,
because those
okay.
are
Okay.
actually what I learned first, which is why my English actually has a little bit of an accent.
Okay, yeah, I could hear some of it, but sometimes with foreigners who are being raised in a different country, it's very hard to say exactly, or they've spent significant amount of time living in that country. Their accent is not too sharp. Like it's not like Russian. Well, you know what I mean.
Were
Like
you
some
raised in Portland, Mark?
I was born in Portland. My parents married here in Portland.
Do we because I'm from Olympia? Do we have an accent up there? I don't think we have an accent in the Pacific Northwest.
No, we don't have an accent in the Pacific Northwest, but I do because English is technically the third language I learned.
Okay.
Ooh.
I always say you can tell who's from the. I don't know if it's like this near the Portland area, but you can tell who the rural people in Washington State, Western Washington, because they say Washington instead of Washington, and they eat peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwiches. That's how you can tell someone grew up on a farm in Washington State.
Do you do that, Marco? What he's describing? Do you do that?
No. But I grew up eating a lot of mayonnaise, bologna, and cheese sandwiches.
Oh yeah, I dig on that. Yeah, delicious.
So I remember. Go ahead, Doug.
Did you play any musical instruments growing up, Mark? Because I played the trumpet at first, and then I played tuba, and I was always able to sing, but I didn't get into singing until I was like in my 20s.
Growing up, my mom talked me and my siblings into going to a Russian music school where they taught us music theory, piano, and singing.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So that's why I know music theory, but I haven't played piano in like 20 years. Then middle school and high school, I was a band kid. I played clarinet, and then I joined choir my senior year. Then in church, I started singing in the choir also.
Sing us something, bust something out.
No.
Oh, are you serious?
I'm rusty.
You got to be anytime, anywhere, bro.
I'm not that good. Okay, I'm not that good, and my voice is weird. It's not a baritone, and it's not a tenor. It's like in the middle. I can't go as high as real tenors. I can't go as low as real baritones. I'm like in the middle. The highest I ever got was middle E in my chest voice, and I was barely starting to get to F. And for a tenor, that's not quite high enough to sing all the tenor parts in choir music.
Well, at least you guys have some voice. I don't have any. And if you watch any of my Red Pill songs, especially, go watch the songs and write a comment. Tell me what you think about them. I'm trying to rewrite, like I was saying to Doug. I'm rewriting the simplest songs out there, usually for St. Valentine's and like for special women's occasions. I'm rewriting them and I'm changing the lyrics to match the reality. And if you listen to those songs, you will know that I have no voice at all.
I can coach you. I can help you.
Let's go. See?
Good. Yeah, because my dad, he is the one who's usually picking on my voice. He says that, look, and occasionally he would compliment. He would say, okay, you're making some progress there, but I'm still hearing the word occupied, like in the bathroom. There is a joke in Russian, like you don't have the voice. All it's good for is to, scare people off. So yeah, and I was trying, back when I was a kid, I was even taking some singing classes. It was like my dad was still hoping that I could make some progress, but I really have to work on it if I want to get any good. And then the amount of work that it requires, it's just like I just don't have that much time, Yeah. It's a lot of work. Singing is really hard, and especially it's hard when you are playing alone with the instrument. When you
playing guitar at the same time or playing piano. Oh my god!
Like I'm always surprised how Pearl does it because she can sing, she has the voice, okay, and then she plays the guitar. I'm like, okay, guitar is my second instrument. It's already pretty hard to play it as it is, and then like singing on top of that is just, oh my gosh, it just my brain is on fire, and then when I have to do it for the piano, I can do it, guys. But you don't want to know how long it takes me to record those.
One of the worst
songs.
things about Gen Z is like in the beginning of the 2010s, there's that Lana Del Rey, and she had that Summertime Sadness song. I got that summertime sadness. No. No. Now that whole time she just vibrato. She said that to her voice, and it was Lana Del Rey, and it was a bunch of the artists added that vibrato to their voice, and it was a thing for like 5 years. And so like there are people who they think that singing they have to, because they grew up in that time, you have to add vibrato to your voice, and I can't stand it.
I can't
Same
stand
here.
it either. Yeah.
There's too much. I like to hear their skill to hold the note nice and clear.
Yes, Mark.
That takes skill.
Yes.
To hit it and hold it clearly. Vibrato, it's almost like you're compensating. You can't hold it.
Yes, Mark.
There's a way to do vibrato artistically to add a little bit, but when that's your entire technique, sorry, you're kind of ruining the song for me.
You are ruining the song. Yeah. I don't like. I can't actually. You know what? I don't mind men singing, because I think that men are doing a way better job than women usually. So few women that I actually enjoy listening to, and like most of them, right? You guys are saying that they are just ruining the song, and it's just too high pitch, or like just irritating voice to hear to begin with.
Oh, another one. Women who are not true sopranos wanting to sing the soprano because of the status. Those women,
they think that the higher they go, the better it sounds.
Yeah, they want the spotlight on them, so they want the soprano part because that gets the attention, but they don't really have the voice, and they struggle to sing, and they're ruining the experience for everybody else.
It's probably me sometimes, because if I have to transcribe the song in a different key, it would be harder for me to play, because I'm not a professional pianist either, you know. So I'm like, okay, I'm learning this song in this key. We'll try if I can pull it off, and then I have to almost talk. My husband tells me, you know what? You just say words. Don't sing. You know, and it's like it's sometimes really hard to do when you are playing alone and then you're trying to sing at the same time.
Let's say, Mark, in the 90s, when everyone used to do all the runs all the time. So like if you ever listen to One Sweet Day by Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men, and they go up and they do runs up and down scales while they're singing. And they used to make songs just way too complicated. And I'm like, you don't have to do all that. So we went from that to doing vibrato all the time. But so tell me what you think about this. When it comes to white men singing, right? It wasn't until the late 90s with like the Backstreet Boys and all them that it was like most of the classically trained singers that were white were honestly British, because it was socially acceptable for white men to go to music academy in Britain, but in America we still had the Bruce Springsteen kind of raspy voice and like popular music, and then you had hair metal for a while, but it really wasn't embraced to like be a white guy and be classically trained in music and pop music until about 97 up to, Justin Timberlake, the Backstreet Boys. They really made that popular. But like for the most part, it was all the Bruce Springsteen, raspy kind of Eddie Vedder type rock voices that like dominated. With black men, I mean, we had R&B and stuff like that. But like white guys, it wasn't until the 90s that it was socially acceptable to be classically trained and sing pop music in America.
Wow.
See, I'm not too familiar with the pop music because I grew up in the church. So I'm used to classically trained in the church, where they're not doing all the showing off with the runs, the vibrato. They're trying to make it more clear for the most part. So that's been my experience. Like the best male singer I've personally heard live was a classically trained one from an institute in the Soviet Union. And he was actually the director of the Russian music school. He taught choir, he taught singing. and he would sing in the church. He wasn't part of the church choir, but he would come and sing solos as well as quartets, quintets with other men. And he would intentionally choose the men who he would sing with based on their ability to sing in a classical style versus in a performative style.
Mm-hmm.
Something I've noticed recently on social media is that there's a trend of men writing custom love songs for women.
Oh God.
What?
But hold on.
And you can pay them to do it?
Yeah, they're writing a song and then AI is singing it and they're timing it for it to be played on the radio for their wife to hear. They like intentionally forget her birthday or anniversary.
Oh,
But
okay, yeah.
Okay, so they intentionally forget it, but they're not simpy. The songs are not like simpy. They're actually showing appreciation and respect for the wife. I've heard some that are actually really good, and they're showing the romantic side without the simping.
Okay.
Because I agree. I don't want the simping, and then you see the woman's reaction, the way it's touching her soul, the way he's showing her, he sees her, he knows her, he sees what she does, and you see them break down in tears because like, oh, he actually sees me. It's not simpy. It's not simpy.
I don't know. I still don't think that like anything that like venerates women on social media or even ordering songs. It's
I can
like
kind of see that.
She might appreciate it. Yes, I understand, but it's still.
But why do you have to do it for social media? Like women do it on social media. Like he could have did it, but it could have been. It would have been more masculine if it would have just been a moment between him and his wife.
Yeah, right. He sang a song for her. Like if he sang that song for her, not publicly. Whatever involves like publicity, guys. I would say that like it's kind of simpy in my mind. Like
how about this? Did she have a platform first, and then the husband did it, and she put it on her platform? Like did he have to accept the fact that his wife is on social media and posts anything anyway?
It wasn't on her platform. It was on the channel of the company writing the songs.
Oh, okay. I can see that then.
Okay, so
they wouldn't advertise.
Yes, exactly. So the men would record it to capture the wife's reaction, and then the company was posting on like their page to advertise, hey, we can do this for you if you want.
But then okay, they posted, and then a bunch of men see it. And then they start saying that, well, okay, if that guy did it for his wife, then I should do it for my wife too. It's kind of reinforcing that simpy behavior, even if the initial intention was different. You know, how people are going to take it. So it's like, okay, I see other men do it. It's like monkeys see, monkeys do. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to simp.
No, Elena, it's not going to be other men are going to be like, oh, I need to, no.
Or women.
Women are going to see that and be like, why didn't you do this for me?
Exactly.
So, because remember, most things start with good intentions, but then women turn it into a bad thing.
Yeah, 100%.
So now
it will be women. It will be women who will be like, okay, dude, look, she's getting all of this praise.
Where's mine?
Where is mine? I'm old. my promised crown here,
Yeah, so here's what I'll say. There's a way to do it without worshiping the woman, without putting her on a pedestal, without idolizing her. There's a way to show her honor, like appreciation for the effort she puts in. I like that side. The simping side, I agree, shouldn't be done. And that's why I liked listening to the songs, because they were showing a way to do it without being the simp. They were showing appreciation for the work she puts in, for the sacrifices she's made for the success of the marriage, not about her being the queen of his life.
Yeah, true. Well, I think that if he wants to do it for his wife and show her appreciation, he can just learn how to play a simple guitar song and sing it for her, where nobody would see him venerating her. Because whatever now, like when they put it out there, it just I'm mentally struggling with it, because it's like I can't even imagine my husband doing something like that, to me, because it's like, oh my god, what a simp,
Elena would give him that look like, what the hell are you doing? Get up off your knees. What are you doing?
I know, right? Oh, we lost Angus. One. Okay, Angus, thank you so much. Yeah, we kind of deflected from the topic, but yeah. I mean, like, what are you doing? Like, I would be like, I
there was a time, especially like before the 90s, where like I told you I love songs. You know,
Uh-huh.
it used to be okay because women used to reciprocate romance. You know what I'm saying? Like they you know, Destiny's Child had that "Cater to You" song. You know, the 70s they had a song. I forgot who sang it, but it's just like it was literally a song about, you know, you may have had my hand for one night. No, you may have had my man for one night, but I have him for a lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like there was a time where it wasn't seen as like it's only simping because women don't reciprocate your effort. But there was a time where you may not be able to imagine this, but like I guess you could say there was simping on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So
well,
it wasn't
she's
really
thinking
simping.
for him too. Well, she was like fighting for her man because
Yes.
she maybe appreciated him more and she valued him more versus now. Yeah, I could see that. But now it's just whatever is going on social media, it's open on her end, closed on his end. This is something that I always have to remind myself of. Okay, what's the intention? What's the purpose? What is she trying to achieve there? Whenever she's posting something, even this like over the top LARPing, virtue signaling, giving him extra credit for his hard work. Women say, oh, he took me to the nice restaurant on our St. Valentine's Day, and then he gifted me this special trip on this day. And then you see how they try to portray as if they love and respect their husbands, but I see it as love bombing. It's just love bombing manipulation. I started calling them serve me better, you male slave. And I put it in brackets and like put some crazy funny face at the end, because this is what they are doing. You know, they are giving him some credit publicly, but it's so superficial, it's so fake,
Performative,
and it's very performative. Exactly, they are doing it so that he keeps serving her. He can't say no to her. He keeps giving her what she wants.
It's also like Pearl was saying, right-wing women, it's all about their status. The reason they're recording is because it makes her look good. They will not show the parts that make them look bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't like that performative part. Like I was thinking about doing polygamy, actually doing it, but doing
when are you going to
it
start your own channel, Mark?
Yeah, you should.
I'm gonna get you to start your own channel, man. You need to start doing it, man. Just.
I'm thinking about it. There's another aspect to it that you and me need to talk about privately, and then
Cool.
I'll explain. You'll understand why. Maybe you and me can do a video call after this. So I want to do polygamy, but I want to do it where the women are not the goal. They're not being worshipped, and it's not about the sex. It's about holding them accountable to become the best version of themselves, right? Like Pearl was saying, there's a lot of women they have a bad past. They want redemption. I'm willing to hold them accountable to achieve that. Like, you know what? I think I could do that. So there'd be rules. One of the rules would be no social media. You cannot virtue signal on social media. If you do that, there's the door. You're gone. I'm not putting up with that. Because if you're going to be performative, that means you're a liar. I'm not going to put up with that.
100% true.
And
well, they will want, in most cases, Mark, they will want a cake and eat it too. They might even say that they agree to your terms at the beginning to get you on the hook. And then if you're not careful, if you like, I'm not saying that this is what is going to happen. I'm just hypothetically, okay, speculating here. So let's say you impregnate one of them. Right, and then what happens? She takes you to the cleaners, even if you don't marry her, because of the common law, right? You are still on the hook for alimony and child support. Well, maybe not alimony, but definitely child support. And yeah, there are just so many things that are against men, even like spinning plates. Look, I don't want to tell men what they should do, but like they have to be really, really careful.
Yes. What part of the country do you live in, Elena? You don't have to say like specifically, but like
Northwest. I'm in Washington State.
Oh, bro. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh man. Like, Western Washington?
Well, that I can't tell you because I don't know. I think so, yeah.
Spokane area or closer to the coast?
No, I don't think that's Spokane. Yeah. Oh, maybe it is. Well, I'm not sure. I'm really bad with geography, guys. So
Does it rain a lot where you are or no?
Huh? It does, yeah.
Okay.
So western part.
You're Western Washington.
Okay.
Yeah, because I grew up in Washington State too, and let me tell you, like, you guys got to move if you can.
Okay.
I can't even go back to my hometown, dude. I can't. I can't even go back to my hometown.
Doug, there's a reason I won't move. Okay, like you and me will talk privately. I'll explain why, and it will make sense to you why I'm not moving yet. I'm going to stay here in Portland.
Because I've lived in 10 different states. I've lived in California, Washington, Arizona, Nevada, Alabama, Texas, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Florida, and there's one other one. And so I'm like a reformed Western Washington liberal freak. It was awful, dude. When I was younger, it was awful.
I've been an over the road trucker, so I visited quite a few states. I know where I would like to live, but there's a reason I'm going to stay in Portland for a while.
Where would you want to live if you could?
Texas appeals to me a lot.
Dude, I lived in Texas for 2 years. You would love Texas. Texas is, I mean, the only problem with Texas is I don't think America accepts. What's that?
Weather, it's too hot in summer.
You don't like hot, man? I love hot weather.
Okay.
I did my undergrad in Vegas.
What else? Yeah, what else you didn't like there?
So the worst part about Texas is Texas exceptionalism. Like Texans think that they're the most Americans that ever American. Like you'll be driving down the road and there will be signs that say "Don't mess with Texas." Like they are pro Texas. And so, but the best part about Texas is it's relatively cheap. Mm-hmm. You know, it's conservative. You know, it's traditional, and it's business friendly. And then the weather to me. But the worst part about Texas is that if you're like you got to be pro Texas. Like you see the Texas flag more than the American flag, and they love the American flag down there. I'm telling you, like you've never seen anything like it. It's like.
Well, they used to be their own separate country, right? Before they joined the U.S.
Yes. I mean, I guess, but you still have like the Texas separate. Because in their constitution, Texas could have a referendum to leave the U.S. if they want to.
Yes,
but they're never going to because Texas receives more federal money than any other state because of what? All of the military bases down there. Texas has the second most amount of federal employees outside of Washington, D.C., not including military. If you include the military, they have the most. So
if I did move, it would not be Dallas, Houston, or Austin, and it would not be El Paso. I would try to be somewhere closer to the Rio Grande where there's more green.
So
because I like greenery.
San Antonio?
No, I'd probably go for a smaller town.
Galveston?
Something smaller. No, it probably wouldn't be any of the big names you would remember. It'd probably be
Corpus Christi?
Smaller. Maybe. I need to look at a map, but it'd be one of those smaller towns where it's maybe like a couple hundred people at most. You won't see it on a map unless you zoom in really close. It's not off of an interstate. It's off of like a state or county highway. Something small out in the boonies.
I love small town America. I remember
small towns too, yeah.
I remember Bill Curtis. I don't know if you guys remember him, but he was one of the first. A&E was the first network to really do crime shows like you see now all over the place. Like so it was like City Confidential, American Justice, all that stuff like that. And he used to narrate all those. And he said, I remember in the 90s, I think it was the 90s, he said that the soul of America is in America's small towns. And of course, my people in the inner cities like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. That's racist. But it's true, though. I love small towns. I lived in Hershey, Pennsylvania. You know, I lived in Prescott, Arizona. I was just up in Kalispell, Montana. There are places and have you been to Kalispell, Montana, Mark?
Yes. Flathead Lake. I love it up there. It's beautiful.
Yes. Elena, if you can get to Kalispell, Montana, first off, if you've never had huckleberries, they're some of the best. Second off, like Kalispell, Montana is like Hershey, Pennsylvania, where you could see everything on the news is going on around you, but you don't give a F because you're in your cute little small town of about 70,000 people. The mountains are everywhere. There's fishing, hiking. It snows in the wintertime. Everyone knows your name. Everyone's glad you came. There's that sense of community. You don't have to lock your doors. That is small town America. It's the best. I'm telling you. That's
Do they have good internet there?
We got Starlink.
Okay.
Yeah, right? Yeah, but small town America is great. I love small. In fact,
well, I'm asking because my husband would need good internet connection for the type of work that he's doing.
I live outside of DC right now, and so many foreigners, when they come to the United States, they go to New York City or Washington DC, and those are the two worst places. The worst Americans live in New York City and DC. Mark, tell me I'm lying.
Nope.
So it's like
there's the most crime. Detroit,
exactly.
Chicago, New York City, Washington D.C.
Mark,
Baltimore is also pretty bad.
Yeah, if you were to get rid of Baltimore, DC, Detroit, Chicago, Houston, I think it's those five on the violent crime index. America would drop of countries would drop 100 places.
There's a lot of crime in those cities.
Oh yeah, yep. Don't go to these big cities, man. Don't do it. So, but yeah, how long did it take you to get to the size of the United States, Elena? Because a lot of people, they don't understand how big the United States is until they come here. Like I left San Antonio to move to Hershey, Pennsylvania, and I had to drive through Texas for 10 hours.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. How long did it
like in Europe, you could probably cross a few borders in Europe when you're driving. Well, Germany is pretty good, pretty big too. We were driving. We were doing a tour from the Czech Republic, driving to Spain and then back, because this is where I studied. And then we just loved Spain, so we were driving there through France, and then Germany, France. A little bit of Italy too, because of the Mediterranean, right? And then it didn't take us that long to get through smaller countries. Like once you get through Germany, a little chunk of France there, it just doesn't take that long, to get to Spain. So it would take you like maybe 20 hours total to get from the Czech Republic, from Prague to Barcelona.
You can drive from the northernmost tip of England to the southernmost tip in 5 hours. Wow. I know people that spend that amount of time commuting each day. 5 hours is light work.
Yeah.
It takes about 5 to 6 hours just to go from the coast in Oregon all the way to the eastern border. It'll take you about 6 hours. Or maybe closer to 7, depending on how you're going from the coast to get to I-84.
Mark, what was the most amount of time you spent driving at once?
It's technically illegal, but I drove 1,000 miles.
And how long did that take you?
I was awake and I was behind the wheel driving that full 1,000 miles. Was it 14, 15 hours or something? But that was me as a truck driver. But I've done also doing it legally where you're only allowed to drive up to 11 hours a day. 4th and 5th grade year, because I got bumped up a grade. My parents went up to Alaska for spring break. So we spent 3 days driving there, spent 3 days there with family, and then 3 days driving back.
I drove from Las Vegas to Washington, D.C. It was 35 hours straight.
Oh my gosh! You could cross the entire Europe with
2,406 miles. Now, the longest drive I ever saw. Now they broke it up over a couple of weeks. But one of my coworkers, when I was in Texas, drove from Wasilla, Alaska to San Antonio, Texas. It was like 5,650 miles or something like that. It was crazy.
I used to have a dedicated trucking route that I drove with the partner. We would go from Portland to Pennsylvania near Harrisburg and then back once a week. Then our route
Brutal,
changed.
dude. Holy crap. Oh my God.
So I know that road really well. There's a particular restaurant off of I-80 just as you cross into Indiana that has really good gyros, really good steak sandwiches. I'm gonna have to find it. So if you're in that area, you can stop by. But it's right next to a casino. There's a lot of you know who in that area.
That's 2,763 miles. That's 40 hours.
Yeah, I would drive it with the partner. So I would drive, my hours would be up, he'd take over, his hours would be up, I would take over. We would switch back and forth. That route got canceled. Then we got a dedicated route, Portland to Denver, back to Portland, back to Denver, back to Portland.
Wow.
Insane. Crazy.
I used to do wild, so I didn't have a dedicated route. I would show up, drop off the trailers for FedEx Ground, because that's who I was driving for as a contractor. Drop off trailers, pick up what they had, and off we go to somewhere I've never been before. So I've been down to Miami. It was about a year and a half ago. I took a trip, personal trip from Portland. I went to Georgia for an event, and then I went down into Florida to visit my sister. I've done some driving.
It's crazy.
I like driving. I like the peace and quiet. You could turn on your podcast, or you could turn everything off and just have peace and quiet, no distractions, no women.
No women.
I can tell you right now, I've driven with the woman, and I've also driven with male co-drivers. I'd rather drive with the male co-driver.
Yes.
But at the same time, the gender isn't as important as it is the attitude. It's attitude and entitlement. If they have entitlement, they're insufferable. If they're humble, hey, let's just get the job done, they're much easier to work with.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, and so few women, Pearl, I agree with you 100%. So few women today have humility. Just to acknowledge, well, maybe you're not that perfect, just shut up and learn. Shut up and learn.
It's why we like her. She has it.
I know.
Yeah.
I like her. I may not agree with all of the things that she's saying, but at least she acknowledges that,
And I can tell you, I've known, I spent a lot of time with Pearl, because I work for her channel, and she's as cool in person as she is on YouTube. She's the exact
same person. Yeah.
She's freaking hilarious. I can't show my face because of my day job, but all of you guys who show your face for the cause, we get all the respect, because people, no matter how small, you're speaking for guys who, if they did show their face on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. My husband doesn't show his face either, exactly for that same reason you don't.
Yeah. So that's why I'm telling you, we'll talk later, but Mark, you got to do it, man. I'm telling you, you already have your face. You're already cooking with your face out there, man. You're already cooking with your face out there.
All right, I'm gonna set up a StreamYard. I'll send you a link, Doug. We can talk one-on-one in private.
Awesome.
Yeah,
okay.
You guys talk. Yeah, it would be great to have you too, Mark. Join us for some of the live streams that we are doing. We usually don't do them on Sundays. We try to keep it music related for the music community, and then on Saturdays we have interesting discussions that are more controversial. And I talked to the Resurgence of Sanity guys. I don't know if you know them. This is my husband, then Pastor Barnes. He has a story. He was divorce raped by a woman. He was on Pearl's show, so you can watch that live stream that he did with Pearl, where he was sharing his story. So he had 7 kids. He still has 7 kids with her, and now he's not seeing his kids very often. And yeah, basically they are talking about how it's going for men out there who are getting into the marriage bandwagon, wife up a whore, and then end up in the divorce court. And then Steve Sandman, he's an older guy, so you could join them as well on the Resurgence of Sanity YouTube channel. And then I have them on Saturday at 9:15 in the morning. So yeah, if you'd like to join us for one of the topics, I don't know what we will talk next week. We will come up with something, and we were covering some of the topics that I had planned for the past 3 live streams, where we started talking about the TreadCon mask, the neo-feminists, your trad wives.
So I would recommend that you cover, because I really want to see, like, no one's talking about this, right? So women, okay, women have been sold a lifestyle for the past 50 years, right? But they can't deny biological reality. So like women are biologically wired to have the wedding, but they don't have the skills to be wives. So like most women, they still want to get married because women biologically want a couple with a man, but there's just a social infrastructure in place that is so strong that it creates this environment where women deny that biological reality. And then it's also with kids. Like, women's biology makes them want to have kids, but then there's a social infrastructure in place for them to not be mothers. So now you have women who want to get married and don't want to be wives, and want to have kids, but don't want to be mothers, right? So,
it's like I said, they want to be concubines of a rich man more than to be a wife of a good man.
That's so true.
100%.
Yeah.
So, because remember, getting married a lot of times doesn't take any work on the woman's part. Being a wife takes work on the woman's part. Getting pregnant doesn't take effort on the woman's part. Being a mother does. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So okay, now talk about this on the Resurgence of Sanity. Men nowadays are surrounded by women that hate him. The average man is surrounded by women that hate him, right? Now, we have a biological need to protect and provide, right? Now, so a lot of young men are struggling with, our fathers told us we do it for a family. Our fathers and mothers told us to find a good woman, have kids and stuff. But you're surrounded by women that tell you that they don't want kids, they don't want a family. So what do men do now? If you accept the fact,
even the women who say that they want family and kids. I'll show you the recent post I made on Twitter. Okay.
Well, while we're doing that, talk to your guys about a 25-year-old man graduates college or gets a CDL, and he's accepted the fact that he wants a family, he wants to get married, but he's not gonna get it. Because remember, if you ask most American men what their dream job is, well, past 30, it would be an NFL quarterback, and we'll admit it, knowing that we're never gonna be a quarterback, right? Men are more honest. So a man will say, I want a wife and kids, knowing dang well he's never going to get it. So what does his life look like now? Because I think that
that's a good one.
Like 25 to 30 are young men who are still, they have this biological need, and there's still the last of that social infrastructure in place for men to want to have to be, you perform and you achieve to put yourself in the best position to have a wife and children. But they look around at these women, and these women are saying, no, I'm not having kids. You know, being a wife is slavery.
Okay, even if they do, Doug and PA, check this. Okay, so this is can you see it, guys? I'm not sure how to zoom it. So here, beware of things neo-feminists believe and say. We want to be Sahum's stay-at-home mom. This is our career, right? So they don't want the workforce outside of the home. They want to be well taken care of, stay-at-home wives and mothers. And then we submit to his lead only if he earned it, and only if he leads us where we want to go. These are your church ladies who, and I have the evidence actually. We can do a separate live stream on this with you guys. I can show you female pastors, what they say to young men and what they also say to young women. Where like you basically serve your better, you male slaves, suck it up, wife up a 3 or 4. if she's reformed, doesn't matter, right? Just wife her up and have more babies with her. And then they criticize feminism, like I said in the live stream. Feminism is evil. Feminism lied to us. Feminism misled us. And then to men, they say, man up, wife up a reform 3 or 4, and serve her better. Be her personal slave. And then femininity is power. That's another one that I've been watching, and I've seen many religious women in particular going for, well, feminism isn't power, femininity is power. All of them are feminists. They are just using different strategy to get what they want, guys. But then the law doesn't change, so she keeps the custody, she keeps the alimony and child support. So they're not willing to sacrifice that. They will say socially acceptable things that will resonate with a lot of men, because a lot of men are so done with women just trashing men, women criticizing men. And now men say, well, as long as she doesn't blame us, I'm okay with her, right? I'm okay to wife her up. But like the core nature of yours doesn't change.
The men need to change. The men need to change. First of all, the men have to be masculine. They have to be okay with not getting laid. They have to be okay with saying no to the woman. And if she has a problem, the man needs to be okay walking away. So many men, oh, I got a woman, I can't lose her. I can't lose her because there's so much work to get her. That fear of losing is what keeps them trapped. And they need to be okay. Yes, it's going to hurt. It's going to suck, but I'll have more peace getting rid of her than trying to deal with her when she won't take accountability. If she blame shifts in any way whatsoever, any way whatsoever, that's going to be difficult. You need somebody who can take accountability, who can sit down and face the unpleasant reality, the unpleasant truth of how her actions are causing negative outcomes. If she can't do that, it's everybody else's fault. Don't date her. Let her go out into the world. Let her go out in the world. Let reality bitch slap her upside the face till she wakes up and realizes she can't blame shift. Right? If you want to be biblical, there's a verse that says, God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man sows, he will reap. Meaning whatever kind of actions you are doing, it's going to result in the results you get, the outcomes. If you blame shift on everybody else except you, you're going to have bad outcomes. But if you have the humility to take accountability, you can make decisions that lead to good outcomes, right? Let's be honest. A lot of these women, how many of them respect themselves? How many of them resent themselves?
They will say, okay, Mark, I think this is where...
They won't say it, but you see it in their behavior. They resent themselves and they project it onto everybody else around them.
They demand respect from men, you know? And this is what really... I think men and women, when they use these words, they imply different definition for the word. For example, the word masculine, okay? In a female mind, what does it mean? Well, he's emotionally available, well, he serves me, he provides, he takes care, he still has to fulfill all of his biblical masculine duties, right? And then they still want him to worship her, right? So that he pedestalizes her and does all of those things for her, so she choplays him. And a masculine man, by the definition of the red pill guys, it's not going to be the same as you hear from these women, you know? So the word respect is very similar. So when women say we want to be respected, we want to be worshipped, we respect also, the Bible says that, and look, I'm not an expert on the Bible. I just spent some time talking to Pastor Nick, and I could be wrong. The Bible says that women are supposed to respect their husbands and men are supposed to love their wives, right? Nowhere in the Bible it says that men are supposed to respect their wives, you know. But women, like right now, they say like we want to be respected.
No. The women, what the women are actually trying to get is they want to be the God in their own life. They want to be the God in the man's life. They want to decide for themselves, right? If you go to the Garden of Eden, where God said, don't eat from this tree, I don't think there was anything special about the tree. It was simply a test. Do you trust my character to do what I say without understanding all the consequences? Or do you think you're smart enough to decide for yourself? So I don't think that tree was actually special. It was just a test of loyalty, a test of trust in God's character.
Yeah, I agree
So,
with you. Yeah.
okay, so when Eve chose to eat the fruit for herself, she was saying, you know what? I think I'm smart enough to decide for myself what's correct for me.
Yes.
Right? This is the exact same behavior we see happening right now. Women who think they can decide for themselves when they don't understand the consequences, the long-term consequences of all their actions. And you have men who see the long-term consequences who are telling them, hey, don't do that. It's not going to end the way you want. So
well, I also call it that she rebels whenever she rebels against male authority. Whatever man tells her, if she rebels, she will be convinced, for the lack of a better term, in her mind, she will appeal to victimhood later on. But the reason is that why propaganda works so much on women is because when they already want to do the things that they want to do, and it works when women rebel against male authority, because feminism, it's like they try to shift the blame on feminism. It's like it was this nebulous party that I'm not involved here. It's not my fault, right? It was this deceitful snake or Satan that misled me in Eve's case, right? He convinced me. He told me all of these lies, and then I bought into this. So don't punish me. And then whenever they rebel against male authority, they are doing silly things, right? And then they don't want to suffer the consequences for their silly things. And then they deflect, and this is when they start shifting the blame.
Yes, it happened in the garden. God shows up. He talks to Adam first. Adam says, oh, it's because of this woman. So Adam didn't take accountability. Adam was a simp. He didn't take accountability for his actions. He deflected on the woman. God talks to Eve. She deflects accountability onto the snake. And then God talks to the snake last for tempting Eve. But notice, God went down the chain of command, the hierarchy. He went to Adam, then Eve, then the snake, and he talked to them about taking accountability.
What would Adam say, like, in your mind? What would if he wasn't a simp, what would be the right response?
No. God said no, I'm going to obey. So you, woman, no. He would just
you obey. No, he would impose the discipline. But what if she still chose to rebel against him?
Walk away. Walk away. If she won't accept accountability, your options as a man are limited.
Yeah, they are.
We all agree as a society that beating up the woman because she doesn't want to obey is wrong, right? So you can't do that. You can't use physical violence. So as a man, what are your options? Walk away. What's the biblical option? You kick her out of the house.
Yeah.
You put her away.
The two biggest superpowers men have in society is to be able to determine who your girlfriend, fiance, and wife is, if you so choose to have a relationship or marriage, and then your ability to walk away. And that's why everything women do is to take those two powers away from men.
Oh, yes.
The shame, the insults, the guilt, and the need to be right is all orchestrated on taking away men's two greatest superpowers. Once again, determining who your relationships with women, and then being able to walk away.
It's to make it more emotionally painful to walk away than it is to actually walk away. They're trying to increase the emotional cost.
The emotional pain. I agree with you, Mark. Yeah.
Mark, question. If agree or disagree. If you have a conversation with a woman about that you and her both don't want children, and you're taking all the proper precautions, a pregnancy occurs and she wants to keep it, what should the man do?
The man has to decide if it's worth the effort.
I say walk away, pay child support, and then stay away. Stay away. If a woman had a child against my will, all you're getting is a paycheck.
It's a tricky question, Doug, but I was thinking about it too. Yeah, I think that
will she give you the custody of the kid? Will she let you be the father instead of her being the father?
Dude. No.
Okay, then you got to walk away. It's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Would it though?
But then
The only way it would suck is because
less.
Well, it will suck for the child, guys. It will suck for the child because the child will be raised by a single mommy.
Yeah, but so okay. The worst part about it for the man will be society trying to shame you about the fact that you walked away. Because remember, most guys, they don't walk away from the child, they walk away from the mother, right? There are too many men who have to live at the whim of their baby's mother. And look, guys, I'm Black. I can tell you all about it. Mm-hmm. I don't have any kids myself, but my community is completely screwed by men having to live through the whims and feelings of their freaking baby mamas, right? Walk away. Keep your veins cold. Put yourself above being shamed, insulted, and guilted by anybody. If a woman has a child against your will, walk away, put the child support on auto pay, and keep it moving. And when that kid comes back around at 15 years old and knocks on your door, say, look, your mom wanted to have you. I didn't. It's nice to meet you. And tell them to take 3 steps backwards and close the door in their face.
You can, depending on how the child approaches you could take the opportunity to correct all the misunderstanding, all the bullshit the mom taught them about you. You could also do it. Every situation is different. There is no hard and fast rule, but at the end of the day, you have to prioritize what is the best outcome for you. And if you have any interest, what is the best outcome for the child? Not necessarily the woman, because if she won't take accountability, you can't help her. You can't help people who refuse to take accountability for their actions.
Yes, I agree.
I don't care who they are, especially if they're family. Family is going to try to emotionally manipulate you for you to put up with them with their lack of accountability. I had to cut my own family off. I've blocked my mom. I will not communicate with her. She won't take accountability for her actions. And then she goes around virtuous saying, oh, look, I'm a religious woman. I'm a good Christian. God loves me. I'm like, you really don't understand what the Bible teaches. You manipulate, you twist it to justify your bad behavior. Like, I want nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I told you guys my story. My mom was awful most of my life, but I actually went to therapy and took accountability. I call her Mom 2.0. She's like fantastic. But my mom was a scumbag most of my life. And like, I still meet people that will probably never get what I got. Like my mom, like doing the work and taking the accountability. And for those to say that like having conflict with your mother doesn't weigh on you, it does.
It does.
Because I'm on the other side of it. And like, I wish that other people's moms would have taken the accountability and did the work that my mom did, because it was so freeing, man. Like not having an awful relationship with your mother. It's so freeing, dude. Like I want to see more people on my side. And when I see people where I was 10 years ago, like I just want them to have what I have, but it's not up to them. It's up to their mothers. And the quest to hold fathers accountable in the last 50 years, we've let mothers just run amok and just ruin society, dude. We really have. I tell people my story about my mom, and people are just how can you say that about your mother? Because it's true. Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to say it about. It's funny because if I said that about my father, you guys wouldn't.
They would have no problem with it. They will pile up and say yes.
Elena,
go ahead.
Elena, you know the Russian joke where if somebody asks a man who's a better cook, his mom or his wife, he has to answer the mother, and he's going to get help from the wife. If he doesn't say the mom, he's going to get more help from everybody else. It's a trick question intentionally to cause frustration for the men, right? That's in our culture.
Yeah,
right?
It is.
I watched this video clip of Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, and there was a Muslim dignitary who was visiting, went on a tour of the Kremlin palace, and then Vladimir is asking the Muslim dignitary, you saw in the throne room 3 thrones. Who is the 3rd throne for? The Muslim answers, oh, that's easy. That's for the second wife. Vladimir talks back to him and says, oh, that's a stereotypical Muslim answer. No, it's for the mom of the king. So you could be the king of Russia. You're still a mama's boy. That's how deep it is in our culture, right?
It is ingrained pretty deeply. Mother's rule. And if you watch, I was just rewatching, Mark. I was rewatching a very silly. I don't think they know how to make good movies anymore there. Since 2000s, it started shifting, and then all of the movies, you might encounter a good movie. But then I was watching this silly Russian TV series about single mom, how she got wiped up by a good guy who was raised by another single mom, and it's like moms rule the world. So
this is
women
in
basically,
Russia?
yeah, it's in Russia.
Oh my God!
Basically, women create all the problem for men, then they blame the men, and then men are trying to solve all of these problems, all of this BS that women are creating for them. It's just incredible. And you know what? I was even taking notes. I was like, okay, I'm watching this movie. I'm spending so much time because it's like 5-hour long TV series, you know, some kind of melodrama, but it's comedy. And through comedy, they are propagandizing men to worship and simp for women more. So whatever women are like, whoa, she just did it. She ruined the relationship with her possible future daughter-in-law. Who is at fault? Oh, the man, her son, who is supposed now to go please his mom and please his future wife. When she destroyed it, she just blew it, you know? And this is the dynamic that we've been observing there for a long time. So, yeah.
If you think about it, it makes sense. In our culture, right? The man works, the wife stays home. She has the time to watch these melodramas. So of course it's going to be a feminist melodrama because that sells more. They get more women to watch.
No matter where you go.
They can charge more for advertisers because they have a bigger audience, right? It makes complete perfect sense why it is the way it is. It's not targeted towards men because that's not what appeals to men. So when they do target men, what's the messaging? Hot wife who wants to have sex with you.
Yeah, hot wife, or like, but you still worship and pedestalize her. You serve her better.
Right. I want to point something out. In the Bible, there's a verse that says the man who finds a wife has a favor with God, or like finds a good thing, because not every woman is a wife.
A wife,
they don't know how. They're not being taught how to do it, and it's a tragedy because there's others like us. We see the potential and we see the obstacle for them achieving that potential, and that obstacle is lack of accountability. They just don't want to take accountability.
Also, okay, where does accountability come from, Mark? Is it the restraint that is imposed on women? So, for example, they suffer immediate consequences imposed on them, because I've yet met a woman, even myself included, who will go, okay, I messed up here now, where is my punishment? I'm looking for it, right? Like you don't usually see women doing that, right? So whenever women mess up, I think that they have to suffer the consequences imposed on them by their men mostly, and then like by society. Ideally it would be that the institutions would be restraining women, because without that restraint, like she can't even feel that accountability. She doesn't see that she's doing anything wrong. When church embraces her, everyone is venerating her and pedestalizing her.
Yeah. So the way I see it is, it starts in the family with the father. Because the father will set up a system, a structure where it's discipline, it's not punishment. Punishment is, I'm going to make you pay for how you made me feel. I'm going to make you pay for what you did.
True.
That's not quite correct. Discipline is, I'm holding you accountable for your self-interest to protect you from worse decisions down the road, right? Fathers tend to be better at that than mothers. This is why it's actually in the best interest of the children for the mom to not interfere when the father's doing discipline. That's why it starts as a child, and you're trying to teach the child to a point where they start holding themselves accountable. They start thinking ahead about the worst possible outcomes instead of just the best possible outcome that they want. You're trying to teach them to think like that. So then they start holding themselves accountable. But it starts in the home. This is why, like, men, I'm going to agree with what the feminists say. Men need to step up. Yes. But they don't need to step up to be bigger simps. They need to step up and have the courage to walk away from women, to say, hey, you are too much of a headache. You don't want to hold yourself accountable. I'm not putting in any time, energy, or effort or attention into you.
And usually women, even look, Mark, even the good women in general, by nature, we always try to avoid accountability. And the only luck you're going to have with the woman, maybe if she was raised by a father who imposed discipline on her and who taught her that, look, this discipline that I'm imposing on you and your future husband will impose on you is good and healthy for you. Then she might have some humility to accept it and to embrace that kind of discipline that her future husband will be imposing on her. But as we know, statistically, most women today, well, most kids in general, with the automatic custody going to the mother, they are being raised by a mother. Or even if they are in the family, I've seen so many families where a woman is in charge. She is telling her men how to behave, right? She is telling her kids. She is basically in charge of the entire family. And then the father has no say in that relationship.
In those situations, the man needs to walk away. If he stays, he's making the problem worse. I know it hurts. I know it sucks. I know he's going to be like torn apart by society, by the people in his life. They're going to make fun of him, call him names. I get it. But he needs to walk away. Because if he stays, he's saying, this is good. If he walks away, he's saying, this is not good. Men need to walk away. You can't heal and become the best version of yourself while actively participating in what is wrong, what's actually hurting you. We see so many men who are hurt because they continue to stay, because they won't walk away. They have to walk away.
And think about it is so like I have two guys that I know that are titans in their industry at work, but then their wives treat them like freaking dog shit. And the main problem is they're successful, competitive, ambitious at work, but then when they walk into their house, they have to put all that aside, and they have to live their life through their wives' feelings and emotions and stuff like that. And I asked one of my friends, I'm like, why don't you just leave? He's like, well, I don't want to hurt her though. I said, but you're being hurt by staying, so you would rather hurt than hurt your wife to get what's best for you. Understand what I'm saying?
You need to point out to him, growth hurts. There's pain involved in character growth. It's not a painless process.
Yeah.
If you keep running from the pain, you can't grow.
If he decides to leave here, right? And I understand, like I do want to agree with you there, because like this kind of disrespect and whatever wives are putting their husbands through, it's just, men shouldn't tolerate this bullshit. But many men do. And I was running a survey. I was wondering to see like what are male, I don't want to frame them as fears, because a lot of men will say, well, I'm not fearful of anything, right? But at the same time, it's like, what are your concerns with women and with marriage today? Because if they walk away, then they lose custody for their kids. Their kids belong to, but they are already kind of, they don't belong to the men, because men don't have legal authority in the family. I'm just trying to think out loud, like through all of the information.
I'll simplify it. I'll simplify it. Both men and women don't like to feel bad. We actively avoid what makes us feel bad. Men find it easier sometimes, like especially masculine men, to take the suck to get to the other side.
I was about to say that. To endure.
Yes. For men, it's easier to grind away and endure the suck to get to the other side because of the incentive on the other side. Women tend to find that more difficult. This is a generality. It's not 100% true for everyone, right? Pearl's an example of somebody who endured the suck to get what she wanted, right? She said she started on the third team on the volleyball and she got promoted up to the first team. Yeah. She endured, right? She also had a masculine man in her life, her father. From what I've heard from her, he wasn't perfect, but he was good. So he was able to show her an example of enduring to get to the other side, to get the incentive, the reward. So we need to encourage men to either admit you're too lazy to do it, or just shut up and do it, get to the other side, going through that process. And especially the Christian men, the ones who say they're Christian, who are afraid of going through the suck, they don't know their Bible. All the men in the Bible who achieved greatness had to go through some suck. It's in the Bible. It's the concept is called the wilderness, the time spent in the wilderness, where you lose the good things, you lose comfort, and you just have to endure the suck because of what it does for your character growth. Well, and this it increases your capacity.
Maybe I'm just throwing out thought there. Maybe men, even if they want to leave, they don't want to lose access to their kids, and then maybe they see what happens to kids who are being raised by single moms, and they kind of try to stay in the family still. This is why they this isn't like, this is the concern that they might have. This is why they're not doing it, you know?
I get it, but you have to understand, if this is a situation I can't fix, I'm just going to keep being hurt if I stay here. It's only going to get worse. The best option is I leave, and then in the future, maybe the children will come to me and I can fix the damage.
Because
I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah.
Okay. No matter how busy you feel, I'm pretty sure all of us have been through times where you're going to school and you're working, or you have all you feel like you're like working too much, right? But ultimately, you only have 100% of time and effort in any given time. It's like a pie chart in geometry, like 100%, right? Or like in math. So you have to be cognizant as to what parts of that pie are going to what, right? There's a lot of guys, but Pro said the best. The reason why cancer hasn't been cured yet is because the men who are scientists studying cancer are married. Honestly, like there are guys where 50 to 60 to 70% of their pie chart is taken up by dealing with their wife, right? Even if you were to leave, just imagine having all the effort you have to deal with on a daily basis of this woman who's literally showing you that she's your enemy, like literally. A lot of guys are.
So, Doug, I have a question for you. Sorry. Do you think it's better for men to leave her and pay alimony and child support than to stay with her and have a little bit of access to their kids?
Yes, he should leave. Because here's the thing. Men still have the ability to make an impact with their achievements more than women. Women will still be judged more on how the kids turn out. I mean, fathers will too, but like you can. It's like if you were to leave and you were to start a software company, and you only saw your kids like twice a month, and you build like a successful software company, your kids will understand. Look, Dad had to work and build something. Understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so there's too many guys. Once again, that are sleeping next to, or they're trying to work it out with their worst enemy. I'll give a little bit of tea here. So one of the attorneys that we interviewed for the divorce documentary, he said the two worst things about divorce when it comes to men is one, when your woman files for divorce, she is your enemy from that point forward. Period. Yeah. No ifs, ands, or buts. She's coming for your neck, dude. She's coming for your neck. And a lot of guys, we can still be amicable. No, you can't. He tells men, you need to treat your wife like she's your enemy. If you separate and divorce, that's number one. And the number two is the infantilization of women when it comes to the courts. Women will be strong and independent while still taking every advantage of the infantilization that women get in courts and freaking in society, right? So I say this, that exists not even in the court. A lot of guys, that exists in their lives. You have this woman who's like, I'm strong, independent, but then accept all the advantages of the freaking infant. Oh, I'm just a woman, and I need this and that, whatever. And then the opposition. There are guys who are active, whose wives are in active opposition with them in their marriage, and they're dealing with their worst coworker. If they have a company, their company's competition treats them better than his own wife does. So I say this: leave the woman just to free up that emotional and mental load that you're dealing with. You know how many men would achieve more if they were just get rid of their awful wife?
Here's an analogy you can use. How can the wound heal when it's constantly being reopened and made deeper?
There you go.
That's a good one, Mark. Yeah, that's a good one.
And to top it off, not only is she trying to open the wound, keep it open, she's also trying to put salt inside.
Salt in it, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good.
And then if the guy asks how the wound got there, she'd be like, oh, it wasn't me. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right.
I don't know how that got there. You must have tripped him.
No, not me. He forced me. Oh, that can be. He forced me to do it. Oh.
He forced me to cheat.
Yep.
He forced me to cheat. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Wow.
I would just recommend to the guys. I would mentor guys like, I honestly believe that women will come along with success. But it's also weird because you can't just rely on being successful. Like you have to get skills, like Mark said. Although I want to ask Mark, because I think that the skills to get women don't exactly translate into being successful in business.
They're not exactly the same, but there's a lot of overlap.
Well, so okay. Would you recommend a guy become successful in business and get money and status and then learn the skills of getting women, or get the skills of getting women first and then try to get the acumen of business later in life? Which one should come first?
I would say business, because you're going to be exposed to human psychology. You're going to see what happens when people have incentive for good behavior, incentive for bad behavior. And you'll be able to use those observations of human psychology, which apply to women. And then in the dating market, when you have that success, you have a different mindset. Chances are you're going to have more humility. It's going to be easier for you to go talk to other men who have success with women, to learn from them, so you learn faster through their experiences. The business success helps you have success in other areas, right? When you have a steady supply of income, you don't have to grind away so much anymore, especially if you've implemented systems, structure, routines, systems, the business runs itself. That gives you more free time to go learn other stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Because I would tell the guys, I would mentor that. I'm like, honestly, a lot of guys who were good with women when I was young, they're not as successful as the guys that weren't. Like most of the successful guys in business or in my industry right now, they didn't have a lot of success with women, and they grinded in their 20s. Now they're dealing with the problems of having money and status, but not having the skills to be able to navigate women.
Yeah.
That was Kevin Samuels' whole platform. He's like, guys, I'm surrounded by my clients are the guys who paid the cost to be the boss. They have, they're lawyers, doctors and stuff. I've got them on the way to getting the social skills that they need, but they can't find wives. So I would always recommend, guys, get your business acumen first. You're better off be a nerd when you're young and getting business acumen and getting that work ethic than you are a ladies' man every single time.
Doug, are you familiar with the book, The Mystery Method? Okay, so it's I think that's what it's called, The Mystery Method by Neil Strauss. He was in the pickup artist community years ago. There's a video clip of him live on, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel's show, or Jimmy Fallon, one of the two, and with Jessica Alba, and he's running game in live time. He's in this book. He's a pickup artist, and he's a nerd, but he's successful with women. Nerds can be successful with women by learning female psychology, learning human psychology. And that understanding of human psychology applies to relationships and business. It applies to both. People often take the path of least resistance and they follow incentive. This is why men who set up a relationship structure where there is no incentive for good behavior, there's no consequences for bad behavior, he just capitulates to her. It's not going to work. It's always going to fail. Why would she respect you? That's not how you interact with your employees, where you just let them run amok, do whatever they want. So I agree. Going into business first, to be exposed to human psychology, human behavior, understanding what works, what doesn't work, why, not from like the business side, but from the human psychology side. Notice how some of the people at the top in business, like in sales, they're not technical people, but they're good at understanding human psychology. They understand how to talk to people, interact with people, give incentive, make people feel excited. Oh, this is a good opportunity. I want to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and it also makes it easier to attract women once you have resources and stable income. You will be surrounded by gold diggers. In that case, I recommend always go into the red pill content and just start absorbing the red pill content. Because and there are different male content creators out there, right? Just don't take advice from women on relationships.
Speaking of that, I want to ask just kind of onto what, just real fast, what's your biggest disagreement with general red pill content right now? Just one thing off the top of your head, Elena, and then Mark.
What's the biggest disagreement with red pill content?
Where we just need to drop that position to move forward.
Ooh.
Got a controversial one.
Okay, Mark, go ahead.
Go ahead, you first. I'm thinking.
Sleeping around with as many women as you can. You're contributing to hoflation.
Yeah, I've always been against that, only because like dealing with a bunch of women takes time and effort away from you becoming successful.
I think I would agree. Yeah, I would agree with Mark.
I'm also approaching it from a different perspective. You're not entitled to sex. Sex is a privilege. It's a two-way privilege. Why are you chasing her? Have her earn the privilege of getting in bed with you.
Oh, that's a good way. But this one requires frame. I would say frame uber alles. We've done a few shows with the resurgence of Sanity guys, and then you can check their separate shows on frame. And Money Muscles Game. This is what the PUA guys are saying to men, right? You just man up and like build that body so that she's attracted to you. So you are still trying to appease her and her delusional standards. And then you are chasing the pussy, right? Not her chasing you.
Let's change it
in reverse.
Let's change it to business. Who do you want working for you? The person who's entitled to that job, or the person who considers the job a privilege? Who's the better employee? Who puts in more effort? Who's going to have better behavior?
The second one.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. So why are you going into the dating market treating women like they have a right to you? They have a right to your resources. No, it's a privilege. Privileges are earned through demonstrated behavior.
Yes, she must earn. Yeah.
She wants you to be monogamous. She has to demonstrate to you loyalty at a sufficiently high enough level that you consider, you know what? I could sacrifice my options to be monogamous with her. If she doesn't demonstrate it, why would you give her a relationship? Why would you wife up somebody who's demonstrating to you they will not be loyal? They won't appreciate you. They won't respect you. They're not going to put in the effort to help you achieve the vision you have for your life.
Especially when the laws are against men.
Exactly.
Like it's just a gamble. You are taking a gamble. Like honestly, even my husband, he took a gamble. Like I know, I'm familiar with the legal system, right? I could. It wouldn't end well. I'm not saying that I'm going to do it, guys, but like technically, right? You are always at risk. You are living at your whims that one day she will decide to divorce rape you, and nothing externally stops her from doing it. If she was if the law was, she wants to leave, she can go, but she doesn't get paid. She doesn't get alimony. She doesn't get child support. She can't use your kids against you, because if kids stayed with the father, then there would be no problem. You're familiar with Leo Tolstoy, right? Leo Tolstoy, Anna Karenina.
Yes, I read it and War and Peace.
And you know that the child stayed with the father there. She didn't like it, but back then the social norms were saying, no, you are not allowed. The laws were on his side, right? If she wanted to leave, she cheated on him, she can go, but she doesn't get paid, because right now men are not allowed to cheat. So if a trad wife catches you watching porn, she will be, oh my gosh, you're committing adultery. You're so evil. Here, I am pressing charges against you.
That was my thing I was going to bring up is my thing on the red pill is this whole like, oh yeah, we have to be anti-porn thing. Like, look, like I used to tell the guys I used to mentor, especially in college, I'm like, guys, you can't afford to be messing around with women in college. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get one false accusation. You're going to show up to some party where everyone's drinking. You can get falsely accused. Everything can fall apart. And what's a young guy to do? There are conditions where porn is a good thing. If you're hustling and you're grinding and you just don't want to deal with women, a blanket statement that corn rots your brain is stupid. Are there people that take it the wrong way and take it too far? Yes. But just like everything, it can be in moderation. We need to stop this whole, corn is bad. It'll rot your brain.
Here's my thing.
No.
when it comes to porn, here's my only thing I want the men to be honest about. It's a cope because you can't get what you actually want. As long as you can be honest about that you're using it as a tool to help you, okay, that's fine. Just don't give me the cope.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
If you can be honest, hey, this is what I actually want. I can't get it. This is to take its place just to help me get through. Okay, I'm not going to talk shit.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. You remember that study where like they said 62% of women under the age of 25 say that they're in a relationship, and only like 19% of men, because despite all the age gap shaming, a lot of college girls are dating guys in the 30s because guys in the 30s have resources. There are guys in college, guys that go to social situations where all the women their age aren't even looking
at them. Mm-hmm.
It is more important now more than ever to accept delayed gratification as a man. You have to put the grind in now. And guys, I hit 35, the whole world opened up. What if you can not get married, not have any kids, have a highly valued trade, education, or skill, the world opens up at 30. I don't know what happens when you hit 35. All the women start looking at you. Everything that women used to hold against you, it doesn't even matter anymore. So to the young guys who are 22, 23, 24, surrounded by women that hate them and are grind, rub one out every once in a while, and just wait till you get to the destination of your 30s to 35, because the whole world opens up to you. That's all I'm saying.
I want to point something out. Go look at nature. The males have to wait for their turn to be at the top. They fight for the right to mate. The winners, the most competitive, get to mate. The ones who are young, who can't quite compete yet, they have to wait for the ones who are mating right now to age out or to beat them, to displace them, right? There will be one male and multiple females. Look at lions, look at elk, look at deer, look at cattle. You'll bring in one bull for a couple hundred female cows. He's busy. Sometimes he has medical issues from how often he's busy doing his job. Right. But that's seriously, I've seen some videos where they have to bring in a veterinarian to help clean him up so he can heal, so he can keep breeding.
Oh my goodness.
But that is not a 1-year-old bull. That's a bull with several years. And even then, the bulls are specifically chosen who have good genetics, and he can be gentle with the females because he's way bigger and stronger than them. He's too damn heavy, so he has to be careful. Like, there's actually consideration that goes into them. When they mate horses, I've also heard it where if you don't do it correctly, the male will actually hurt the female. So sometimes really experienced horse breeders, they'll have multiple males. One will be like flirting with the female to get her in the heat, but he's not the one who gets to mate. A different one does, to teach even the male horses, you don't always get what you want. Delayed gratification. So yeah, as men, we have to understand we can't always get what we want, but we can work towards it and get it eventually. It's just not easy. But when you do finally get it, it's so much more rewarding. You enjoy it. You appreciate it so much more.
Yep, I agree. That's why the
and
worst
then
thing
you have to be careful with all of these women throwing themselves at you, because this is essentially like polygamous. And I made a video like 2 years ago saying that after talking to my husband, I say that, feminism ultimately leads us to non-monogamous society, and technically we are already living it, because all of the women are attracted to like the top 10% of world male population, and there are issues with that. And historically, you can look into China, you can look into other countries when society went like polygamous 100%, or polygynous, where men were only a few men would have all of the women, the rest of the men they have nothing else to like, it just creates the anger and aggression, and it doesn't end well. It doesn't end well. It usually leads to like a civil war or some really shitty times, you know?
So here's my perspective. Men are not entitled to a wife. Women are not entitled to a husband. Both have to work for it. Both have to understand the psychology of the other and take accountability for their own psychology in order to get what they want. If you want a monogamous relationship, I don't care if you're a man or a woman, you have to understand the psychology of the other. You have to understand what it takes for you to be attractive to them. Okay? Women will often use their sexuality to trap a man.
Yeah,
Men need to learn that just because she's flirting with you, just because she'll get naked with you, does not mean she respects you, does not mean she's wifey, doesn't mean she's even girlfriend material.
Exactly.
You have to be willing to turn her down. She could be flirting with you, throwing herself at you. You have to be willing to say no. Women intentionally use their sexuality to test men, to see, do you have the capability to see more in me than just my sexuality, right? Let's talk about strippers. They don't respect the men who are, oh, you're so hot, I want to do this. They don't respect them. Right? In that book, The Mystery Method, he was talking about, he was at an event and there were women there, and there was one woman there. She had the biggest boobs in the room. All the other men were trying to come up and talk to her, saying something about her boobs. She had zero interest in any of them. And then he or his friend came up, maintained 100% eye contact, never looked at her boobs once, never said anything about her. He's the one who got her number. She knew, and she was intentionally testing men.
I want to say, because I want to say, oh yeah, it's a terrible. Women use sensuality and sexuality to test men, and I want to say, oh yeah, it sucks that they do that in the reality. But then, growing up in Western Washington and in Portland, Elena and Mark, you have to see the worst part about Western Washington and Portland. It's the land of women who could use their sexuality and sensuality to get ahead, but they choose not to fight the patriarchy or to shuck traditional norms. I'm like, why are you doing that? You would be so pretty if you just got rid of the. So I want to say that. How am I going to put this here? Like,
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. They're disqualifying themselves. They're showing they want to be ignorant of male psychology. They want to be in denial about their own biology. That's fine. I don't want to deal with them. They disqualify themselves. They save me a headache.
Elena, I asked Pearl this, and so I'm going to ask you. Do you ever see a woman who is super attractive, who could get anything she wanted, but she fumbles it? Or like a woman who's like more attractive than you, who could be a rich man's wife and fumble it. Does that make you upset? Where you're like, you could have had the example would be all of us black guys. We know we had that kid in the schoolyard or at school who was like an athletic phenom. You're like, you're gonna go to the NFL or the NBA or something like that. They did something stupid. They got their girl pregnant, or they got wrapped up in some criminal stuff, got arrested, and they couldn't realize their athletic potential. You're like, you're a fucking idiot. What is it the same with the woman in looks, where like you see a woman who could have had it all?
Well, you know what,
she fumbled it.
I'll tell you what my husband usually tells me when we talk about looks and women's preferences, how they choose to fumble it. Being attractive, especially for women, it's a blessing and a curse. It allows you to get yourself in a lot of trouble, and occasionally you can get yourself out of trouble. But if you are acknowledging it early enough, right? Maybe there are certain things you can do to adjust your behavior, and then get out of it. Somebody will wife you up, maybe. Okay, you have better odds. But most attractive women, they realize that they are so beautiful and men are falling for them. And then they get used to the idea that men are treating them like princesses. They are throwing stuff at them. They're giving them what they want, their princess treatment, right? And they believe that, oh, it will last. And usually, like genetically, if they're gifted genetically, they can delay the wall. Okay, for some time. And this is so dangerous for women. I keep saying it to younger ladies all the time that, you know what, like, you're very attractive right now. You're very attractive. But in 10 years, like in 15 years, and then this concept of like, well, it can happen to me one day, or whenever it happens, I will think about it when it happens to me. This is very short-term thinking. It's related to the IQ. and guys have spent some time talking about it too, because the low IQ people, they prioritize the high time preference. What happens right now? Do I get the benefits right now? Do I get paid right now? This is why we see women are doing all of these silly things, right? And then the high IQ people, they can think about the consequences, right? From not just tomorrow, but like in a few years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years from now. And then you can tell them all you want, like, look, ladies, now you're so beautiful. Now you're so attractive. You can get whatever you want. Why don't you settle down? They won't listen to you. They won't, because they think that, well, this number of sims never ends. And then the guys are throwing.
If I put a video in the private chat, this is like exactly what you're talking about. A TikTok.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
I want to add something. I was watching Asmongold, one of the clips, and he was talking about how AI is going to replace a lot of the OnlyFans girls. Because think about it, AI doesn't get old, doesn't develop drug addictions. You can program it to do what you want. So some of the OnlyFans girls are going to get displaced by AI.
Yep. Yeah.
And I was watching Homath, and he was doing a video where he was talking about levels of consciousness, different levels of thinking. Some people, they are incapable of thinking ahead. They're incapable of considering how another person is thinking, how another person is reacting to their actions. You're saying it's like a low IQ, it's like a survival mindset. It's all about me, 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 selfish, self-centered, me, 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 me. What do I get from it versus how can I benefit others, or am I hurting others? There's different
it's
levels.
also like in perspectives, they only view it from their own perspective, and they don't acknowledge anybody else. It's very selfish. And women, okay, my husband did an interesting live stream that you guys might like on the Resurgence. It was on their YouTube channel. I think we briefly touched it here too, but it was a while ago. They did talk about IQ. And I think you will enjoy, Mark, especially you, and you, Doug. You will enjoy watching it because he really gets into the data and statistics. So how IQ, the bell curve, women, it appears to be that women are higher intelligent than men superficially. But when you look at the graph, how it's structured, it actually, they are more centered versus like spread out, you know? And he does a better job of explaining it. Okay.
What I heard was that there's more women in the center, but they also have some of the furthest apart extremes.
Yeah.
They have the furthest extremes, but the majority of them are really, really close in the center. Whereas men, it's a more normal distribution.
Yeah. Okay, guys, let's look at this video.
You start being able to turn pretty privilege on and off, and it is fascinating. I've always 100% believed that pretty privilege is real, but as an averagely attractive straight-sized woman, I've never known what it was like not to have it. Now I'm in my 40s, I do still have it. It just requires a lot more effort on my part to maintain it. If I go out with no makeup on, my hair scraped back, and in an outfit that doesn't show off my figure, I 100% do not have it. And the difference in how I'm treated is quite shocking. The vast majority of it is just that you become very invisible. And then when you are seen, you get absolute bare minimum from people. People let doors slam in your face. It takes longer to get served at bars and coffee shops. You don't get the nice customer service with a smile. People tend to just want to move you along as quickly as possible. I also feel like I'm not taken as seriously. People question me a lot more and assume more quickly that I'm either lying or I don't know what I'm talking about. People are just much less kind and helpful as well. If I'm obviously struggling with something, people are much less likely to help me. In fact, most of the time they will just completely ignore me, not even notice that I'm there struggling to hold a bunch of stuff or struggling to carry bags upstairs. And I'm not saying I feel entitled to anyone's help or kindness, but that is what pretty privilege is. It's a privilege you get just for being pretty. And if you go through your whole life having pretty privilege, then you generally think people are a lot more kind and helpful than they actually are. They're only kind and helpful because they think you're pretty. This is men and women, by the way. On the whole, this sort of invisibility doesn't affect my day-to-day life, and actually it's quite nice being able to walk past a big group of teenagers or a building site and knowing that you're just not going to get harassed by them. What isn't nice is how actively hostile people are towards you if they don't find you attractive. And I'm going to be honest, it is more men than women that treat me this way. I've had men walk into me and then have a go at me because they walked into me multiple times. I've also had men get really angry when I get served before them even though I was there first. And it's amazing how differently I get treated at the gym. I know for some reason men get mad when women go to the gym with makeup and hair done. If you're utilizing your pretty privilege, you're treated like a serious gym goer. And if you aren't utilizing your privilege, then you are treated like you're in the way and that you shouldn't be there. I know that people argue that these are just chance encounters with dickheads and everyone has to deal with that. It's just too much of a coincidence that this only happens when I'm not utilizing my pretty privilege. On the whole, I don't mind being able to turn it on and off. I quite like the invisibility that not having pretty privilege gives me. As someone who genuinely does go through life trying to be as kind to everyone as possible, it does boggle my mind how actively hostile people are towards people just because they don't find them attractive. When you're in your 40s, you start being able to turn pretty privilege on and off. And it is fantastic.
What do you think, Doug?
So first off, English women age like goat milk, dude. Straight up. Like, I don't think there are any women on the planet that age as bad. Name an attractive, older English female star.
Jesus, I don't even know.
Besides Elizabeth Hurley, maybe.
Audrey Hepburn. Yeah, I was thinking about her too. Yeah.
No, but Audrey Hepburn, isn't she from the United States?
I think so. Let me check.
Oh no, she's British. But even her, I don't see it. They say Helen Mirren, she was never attractive. Like, no, I don't see it. Audrey Hepburn, no,
Not
like,
attractive.
Keira Knightley, have you seen her now?
Oh,
I'm
not
trying
lately,
to.
but I've seen her. I'm not.
Put
I'm
Keira
not
Knightley in her
fascinated.
40s, bro.
She's 41. Yeah, I'm looking at her right now.
She's not attractive, dude.
She's not. Yeah.
Elizabeth
She's more
Hurley
attractive
is like
than
the
others.
only.
Elizabeth Hurley. Yes.
Well, I'm talking about celebrity, like to compare to like other celebrities. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, yeah, like
Hold on.
So when she's talking about pretty privilege, I can't. Like, if you're English and over 35, you're just automatically cooked, right?
Victoria Beckham.
No, she was never attractive either. I would put the girl from The Walking Dead who played Maggie, maybe her. But anyway, so one of the best phrases my dad ever told me was, "Those who don't have to won't." Right?
Yeah.
And like women who are somewhat attractive, it's like I had to succeed because I'm not super physically attractive. I'm just not. You know, I'm not ugly. You know, and I'm tall, but like, I had to succeed off of other things besides my looks. And like everything going on right now, it just makes the wall, the fact that women can monetize looks now more than ever, it just makes smashing into the wall that much worse. Father Time is undefeated. The wall's undefeated. It doesn't leave it to the judges. All there are KOs and submissions, and that's it. And you're going to see more women. And this whole turning it on and off, once again, she's a freaking 40-year-old British woman.
I want to point something out.
Go ahead.
I want to point something out. People who have privilege and don't understand just how privileged they are, they become entitled and ungrateful. And only until the privilege is taken away do they realize how good they had it. It's in the Bible. Look at the history of God in Israel. It's in there. Right? So it shows human psychology. He tells them, hey, if you follow my rules, my boundaries that I've given you, the structure I've given you to protect you, here are all the privileges I will give you. But if you don't respect the boundaries I give you, here are all the negative consequences I'm going to allow to happen to you. And only when they started experiencing the negative consequences did they realize how entitled and ungrateful they were, how good they had, how good they were privileged. And for some of them, by the time they realized it was way too late. For example, when Babylon came and destroyed Jerusalem and took them into slavery for 70 years, most of them never came back. Very few survived that entire captivity in order to come back. A very small number came back, and they were trying to rebuild. They're trying to get back the privilege they had, and it wasn't the same as before. This is why you see women who've hit the wall. They've been humbled. They've had to go through ego death, and they're trying to rebuild their life. They don't have it as good. Their chances of success is gone because it's too late.
Well, it's true, but they don't realize it until it's too late.
Yeah, and we can't help them. If they don't want to sit there and learn to think ahead, learn to understand how we're explaining it. They don't want to sit there and look for other examples that prove what we're trying to explain to them. We can't help them. You have to walk away. As much as it hurts to see it happen, we have to walk away. And this concept of it hurts to see it happen, now you understand God's anger when he's talking in the Bible, I'm going to let this and this and this happen. And you can feel he's angry. He's angry because he knows the hurt he's going to experience watching it happen. He can't stop it. He has to let them suffer the consequences of their choices, right? I had to kick out my ex, right? Doug, I was telling you a little bit about this. She disrespected me in my house. I was paying all the bills. She disrespected me, so I kicked her out on Christmas with her 2 daughters, a 12-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Wow.
I kicked her out at night because she disrespected me because it was too much. So I know what it's like to be hurt, to walk away. But I had to. There was no other option. She wouldn't listen. She wouldn't take accountability for what she was doing. So I had to let her learn the hard way.
Yeah, and this is what a lot of women don't realize, that this restraint that men are imposing on them, this discipline, it serves to their benefit. And if a man tells you no, just suck it up and deal with it, ladies. You know, there is no other way. It would be better for you if you just shut up and let go of the situation and, say nothing.
I want to point something out. Are there men who are controlling?
I'm 3 hours. I gotta drop out, but it's always
I have
to
go
guys,
too. I'm looking at the clock. I was like, my stomach is making weird noises because I haven't had lunch yet. But it was so great chatting with you guys. Please do join us on Saturday. We do this every week, but we have the Resurgence guys on Saturdays at 9:15 a.m. Pacific here on my channel. And then I'll talk to the Resurgence. Maybe they would definitely love to have you, Mark, and you, Doug MPA, on their YouTube channel as well. And you guys could talk about. I can connect you, and you can decide what kinds of topics you think you would like to talk about.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see, to interact with those guys, because I'm just gonna be honest, Elena, you're the only entertaining person on that panel.
Oh, like Emanuel.
Okay. I want to point.
I said it. I'm going to open my mind up, but let me tell you, I've watched like some of it, and you're the most entertaining person on there. So,
oh, thank you. I appreciate your feedback always. And yeah, if you haven't watched my Anita series yet, Mark, you're new, right? How long have you been in the red pill? It looks like you are pretty aware.
A little while. A couple of years.
Yeah. You might enjoy my Anita Market series. Doug MPE probably knows. You've seen my Anita, right? The crazy purple hair. Here she's at the corner. Here.
Okay.
Wipe me up.
I want to point something out. Something that I've observed between men and women, right? Yin and yang, white and black, right? You need a balance of both, but you need the white on top of the black. You need order, structure over chaos. Women bring chaos. It's not a bad thing, because chaos can be destructive or it can be beautiful. An example of beautiful chaos, go look at a forest. No 2 trees are alike, and it actually becomes beautiful that way. If they were all identical, it'd be boring, right? Women complain that men are boring because of structure. Women can bring chaos to help add some excitement, but that chaos has to be under the authority of the structure to protect it from becoming destructive. It's a way to do it, right? Men who have a comfortable, peaceful life. Women can bring excitement, joy, variety, adventure, or they can bring destructive chaos. We have to learn to, hey, just because she's hot doesn't mean it's a good choice. And women have to decide, is this a man that the amount of structure he wants is too much for me, or is there enough flexibility for me to express my creativity, my individuality without destroying his peace? It's a balancing act. It's a balancing act.
Once she chooses, what I keep saying to women, it's like, once you spread your legs, ladies, he is your boss. You chose him, because otherwise, and then the funny part is when I see them complaining and saying that, but what if he doesn't follow God, or what if he tells me to do something silly or something that I shouldn't do, something that violates what God would want me to do? I'm like, you chose that man,
I want to point something out. Shut up.
Shut up.
God tests people's loyalty. He told Abraham, do premeditated murder on your son.
On your son,
your beloved son. The son you waited 25 years to be born. And now that he's at least a teenager, some people think he was closer to 30. Okay, you waited 25 years for him to be born. Now he's old enough he can carry the firewood. Go and kill him. It was a test of loyalty. It was, will you trust me enough that even though this is going to hurt you and destroy you, will you still obey? Right? If the man tells you to do something silly, do it. Right? We know God despises premeditated murder, yet here he is instructing somebody to commit premeditated murder. Yeah, he's to sacrifice his son. He knows in advance, so it meets the definition of premeditated murder, right? So as a man, you should test the woman's loyalty and obedience. You start with simple things, but they're not simple. Oh, just buy me coffee. No, you're intentionally trying to make it uncomfortable for her.
Yes,
to see her. You're trying to find her limit. Is she committed to you because of your character or just your resources? If she's a gold digger, she's not going to want to obey. If she's committed to your character, she will suffer the suck to stay with you. So I want to do polygamy, but there's going to be rules. The rules are going to be set up intentionally that the women cannot get the title of wife without sacrifice. They're going to have to demonstrate loyalty. They're going to have to demonstrate to me ego death, that they can kill their own ego instead of need to be right, has to be my way. If it's ego, there's the door. Bye. If you humble yourself and
will you have like a harem of women?
Yes.
Yes.
On that note, I'm dropping off, guys.
Guys.
I'll talk to you later. Okay. Have a good one.
Take care, Doug. Take care. Good to see you. Yeah, thank you for joining. Yeah, Mark, I think you would love to talk about polygamy and polygyny with the Resurgence guys, because they've covered this topic. I'm not the best, honestly, to talk about this topic because I'm a woman, you know. I don't agree with polygamy just out of like pure security reasons, and like as a woman, like I wouldn't want to share my man with some other women, you know. But
yes, which is why I'm going to structure a specific way, because women become jealous. They don't like to share a good thing. Why? Because they're afraid of losing it. They're afraid of losing it. That's why they become jealous of a good thing. If she's not jealous, that is her demonstrating to you what she thinks of you. She doesn't think you're the prize if she's not jealous of you being with other women.
Exactly.
At the same time, that fear of losing is something you're going to have to help her overcome, because it's going to be a problem. And I think polygyny is the answer. It's not easy. It's difficult. There's a lot of men, they're incapable because they choose to be incapable. Let's be honest.
Well, I will leave it at that. Okay, I'm not going to comment anything because I don't want to scare you away or that. But I think you should talk to the Resurgence of Sanity guys, and I think they did do one live stream that you could watch on polygamy. But then it would be interesting if they had a conversation with you. And I will ask you for, don't leave right away after we are done with the live stream. Wait for me, okay, to finish it, and stay for a moment. We will exchange the contact details, okay? And yeah, as everyone who is watching or not watching, I don't know, we kind of went off rails today, but I'm glad that you called in, guys. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, join us next month for the Rock Challenge. At 12:30 p.m. Pacific on my channel. We'll try to keep it shorter for next time. And then for the interesting discussions and conversations, please, if you can make it on Saturday at 9:15 a.m. Pacific, join us with the Resurgence of Sanity guys, okay? And we'll see you all next time. Take care, everyone. Thanks for being here with us today. Bye. Guys, thank you so much for being here with us today. If you are new here or if you're a returning subscriber, we appreciate you. Have you watched Anita Mokiat's saga by me, your Red Pill Babushka? If you haven't yet, we highly recommend you to watch this mini-series to better understand women, how they think and how they manipulate men. Anita Mokiat's saga is a comic parody of female nature and female behavior that includes Anita's adventures, her special and unique experiences, and various interactions with other funny characters. I created Anita to pick on female delusions, entitlement and promiscuity, and to show the reality of corrupted by women institutions. The first season shows the process of finding yourself through self-worth, self-love, and self-respect meditation retreats and relationship sessions with various female gurus. The second season reveals your godly path to Jesus and your true power over men, femininity.
Hi, I'm Anita Mokets. I used to be on OnlyFans, but not anymore. Not after I found Jesus. I'm a trans wife now. I love Jesus. I'm not a feminist. I want a perfect husband with kids because now I feel that it's my true purpose in life to be a stay-at-home wife and mother. Because I deserve a family. I want to be married to the right man. So join our church and wife me up.
I will actually plug Plutarch's wife here. Watch her Anita Moorcat series on just talking about she gives these like acting. She takes on many faces and shows the reality of the church and trying to get men to buy into this traditional tradcon bullshit on wifing up all these fucked up women. There is a large amount of truth in her comedic series that I think men should watch.
I hope that you enjoy our videos. Please tell us what you think about them. We appreciate your feedback. Also, please like the videos. It helps us to build more awareness. And share our videos with your friends and those who need to see them. You never know, but you may save a man's life if he is more aware of female nature. You don't have to say anything when you are sharing our videos. You can just copy and paste them and let the chips fall where they may. Please watch our older live streams on both YouTube channels. You might also enjoy Marry Me Red Pill podcast by your Red Pill Babushka, based on the survey for biological men. It's an ongoing survey that you can participate in. Please share it with other men. The more men participate in this survey, the more statistically significant the results are. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels if you enjoy our content and if you'd like to see more content like this. Join us for interesting discussions with the Resurgence of Sanity guys on Saturdays at 9:15 a.m. Pacific on Elena's Bar YouTube channel and on Wednesdays at 5:45 p.m. Pacific on the Resurgence of Sanity YouTube channel. Once again, thank you so much for joining us for interesting discussions. Thank you for your feedback and for your kind support. We appreciate you guys. We are looking forward to seeing you in our other activities as well. Take care everyone and have a wonderful day.